Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to a bright, sunny-skied Alfredton Oval for the qualifying final between North Ballarat and Sebastopol. Two heavyweights separated only by percentage. Minor premiers North Ballarat on the field now. Sebast going through their warm-ups and a highly anticipated affair that we're looking forward to this afternoon. Essentially, the best defence against the best offences. And welcome Tristan Ashmore, who'll be providing comments right throughout the afternoon. Welcome, Tristan.
Thanks, Todd. Looking forward to it. Should be a ripper contest between first and second on the ladder.
Yes, indeed. Both are coming off the back of remarkable seasons. North Ballarat winning 7.5 games last year. And as I touched on, 15 this year. And Sebast coming from 8th last year with 7 wins up to second with 15 wins. So a great effort from the two coaches, Clint Proctor and Tony Lockyer. And, Tony will be taking his part out there today. He's the outgoing coach, the 33-year-old, but let's not discount what an integral role he has to play on field today, Tristan.
Yeah, he's going to have to go behind the footy and he's going to have to explode from halfback and get the ball into the hands, into the likes of Banbury, Hutt and Henderson.
All right, why did North Ballarat win today, Tristan?
North Ballarat win through their control across the half-back line. They average 94 marks a game. And for me, in terms of key players, that looks like Joshua Morris, Sam Glover and Dom Penny. As a collective, they average 70 disposals a game and 25 marks. So that control over half-back will be essential for the team that is number one defence in the competition.
Yeah, Sebastopol more of a handball kick-to-handball ratio is 1.75 North Ballarat. So, yeah, they're 2 kicks for to every handball. So it'll be interesting to see how the kicking game weighs up against the transition of Sebastopol via hand.
Yeah, 100%. Their record against the top 6, Sebast. 10 games for 7 wins and 3 losses. They played 1 game here in round 2 and they defeated Ballarat by 15 points. So they will be happy that they are here today, even though they would like to be at Marty Bush down in Sebast. For me, though, they win the game through the 3 I mentioned before: Toby Hutt, Jack Banbury and Felix Henderson. If they are able to find a way to dominate on the scoreboard, they average 20 score involvements between the 3. So if they're able to impact the scoreboard, that leaves Edwards and Forber to do their damage in front.
Well, we talk about all the injuries that North Ballarat had suffered throughout the season. Their one visit here to Alfredton Oval ended in a 59-point loss to the Swans, who are competing in a match over at Alfredton Oval today, 3rd v6. They're taking on the Bloods. We'll keep you updated with scores right throughout the afternoon. And just on North Ballarat, their last 7 games, not including the Lakers, with all respect, given the blowout nature of those games. The Borough have won 5 of their last 7 games by an average of 15 points, whilst alternatively, North Ballarat, well, they're 7-zip and by an average margin of 28 points. But we can't forget that, yes, while we spoke about the injuries in the build-up, that North Ballarat had, especially through the early part of the season, 16 of them actually played in the 59-point loss to the Swans earlier in the year. So, but momentum is a big thing heading into finals. It's often most talked about as an integral part of the build-up, and momentum today for me is with North Ballarat. On paper, there's some real serious top end of Sebastopol, but when you look at the bottom 6, the more depth of contribution, I'm leaning towards North Ballarat. Yourself, Tristan?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, Todd. Number 1 attack versus number 1 defence, but I just think the defensive prowess of North Ballarat will be too strong today.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute belter, and it'll all kick off with the opening ball up between, well, 2 informed ruckmans in Toby Hutt and David Brinker-Ritchie. Can't wait for the contest. A couple of late changes for Sebastopol. Tristan, outgoing, Jacob Wilkinson.
Yes, Sam Wilkinson, I believe, number 21 for Sebast. And Ash Manari, number 25, has gone down to the reserves this week.
And up comes McDonald and Mason. So
Liam Mason.
We're looking forward to the highly anticipated clash. We're not far off a start here at Alfredton Oval, and whilst there was sort of some question marks externally about the condition of the ground heading in, well, it looks picture perfect to the eye. I know the centre circle has suffered a bit of damage, and most grounds do throughout the winter, but you can just tell by the lining of the of the mowing, so that it's been dry enough to be able to mow, and it looks in perfect nick for what we anticipate to be a cracker. And I tell you what, if it's anything like the reserves game that we just saw, Tristan, the anticipation will live up to the billing.
Yeah, that was an absolute ripper. But I was here about a month ago for the Ballarat-Melton game, and the ground was not in good nick. So I'm surprised the Ballarat weather has shown up really well for us today, and I'm looking forward to getting into it.
Yes, just touching on that reserves game, North Ballarat defeated Bacchus Marsh by 1 point. Whilst North Ballarat got the nod in the under 18 and a halves. No, they were down by East Point, North Ballarat. So not far off a start here. And the progressive Tom Penny, a big eye on him too, Tristan, before we go to a break.
Yeah, absolutely, Todd. He's averaged 22 touches a game, 4 clearances and 5 inside 50s. So see that if he's able to dominate today, I see it hard for North Ballarat to lose.
Guys, we'll take a break and we'll be back with the highly anticipated opening ball-up of the qualifying final between North Ballarat and Sebastopol, live from Alfredton Oval. Welcome to Alfredton Oval, ahead of the qualifying final, the opening ball-up. Beautiful sunny skies overhead. Quick match-up before the opening ball-up, Tristan.
Tony Lockyer has gone to Jai Lockett in big news.
Slight breeze to the left of screen. Score at both ends here this afternoon. Ideal conditions, as good as Alfredton Oval's been all year. Morris in the middle for North Ballarat. Time to get play underway. Brinker Ritchie, Hutt with the first tap. Speak of the devil, Morris through traffic. He's going to have to come back. I thought he was away with the advantage there. But Penny will get the first kick of the afternoon. Right on cue after some spec on him moving forward today. Goes long and direct. He had some carry on it. The dangerous quick couldn't gather cleanly. Players through traffic. Chance here for Henderson, who's a left-footed player. Well, you can tell by that effort. Palmer on the left boot, high up and under kick to a dangerous position. Lockett in front, ground ball opportunity. Look out, the dangerous quick with a dribbling ball. And the ideal start for the Roosters, and they get the game opener.
You could tell Felix was a bit uncomfortable there on the opposite foot, couldn't you?
Yes, well, indeed, and it's been a bit of a theme, unfortunately, in modern day footy. The ambidextrous type is a rare breed now.
Yeah, shout out Scott Pendlebury, departed Collingwood this morning.
And more often than not with left footers too, by the way. Whilst we talk about how beautiful they look on the left side, they look paralysed on the right more often, and Anderson uncomfortable with that exit. Back in the middle of the ground, front and centre goal to Quick. Bromley Lynch, loose ball, muddy middle. We'll get a ball up. So we've got some top-end stars around the footy, and that's what you want to see. Call that even, that centre ball up. Lamb, game 101 for North Ballarat. Fed the ball by hand. It's a strong tackle. Lawful, said the umpire, by Hommelhoff. And we'll get a ball up on young Henny. Lewis it was, in fact. So Medwell, by hand to Lockyer. To Banbury. So the big guns combined between the arcs. It's going to be an important part of the afternoon for Sebas, with the Medwell hand pass to Henderson. Well, he was met solidly by Morris.
Can see the intent there of Sebas, though, with the handball change you spoke about before, Todd.
Sebastopol in deficit for tackles throughout the season. No surprise, North Ballarat well in the plus despite winning the minor premiership. Sebastopol's first genuine foray forward. It's a low, grubbery ball. Little Hales went to ground. It's a momentum forward. It was good umpiring.
I'm interested that Little Hales has gone forward. I know he kicked 3 last week, but I thought he was going to go back and play on Jai Lockett. So, interesting note there.
No Minari. So, they're just bolstering that front half. Their scoring ability, Sebastopol. Essentially, they're the best part of their game, outside of their midfield ability, of course. Back at the restart. Ball up. Tap one there by Brinker Ritchie. Cassidy, tackle, taken to the ground. So tackles up already for North Ballarat. Penny took them on, went to ground, lost his footing. I imagine it's a bit slippery around the boundary. Cassidy's pressure on Morris was enough to square away a stoppage. We'll get another ball up. So the umpires, albeit the Central, have had more of it than anyone else out there this afternoon in the early moments. Quite typical of a qualifying final. Medwell again gets his third touch to Cassidy on half forward. Lowered the eyes and went forward to an open forward line, in fact. Rockerbrand with the pressure. Forbes tackled, taken to the ground. Gee, it was good pressure there from Faulkner. But Cassidy got the loose ball and the square up in general play. Scores level at Alfredton Oval, a goal apiece.
Just noticing how Hommelhoff and O'Shea giving their man 5-10 metres on this close wing. Just they know that North press quick. So, interesting. But good finish there from Cassidy.
Clean ground ball gather. Really does separate the elite from the mediocrity. Because a fumble there and Cassidy gets closed down. So he was clean and the finish good. Goal apiece.
Because Sebas put their numbers 5-10 behind their man, they had cover if the ball did get out.
2.5 minutes gone, opening turn. Ball up. Loose ball. Medwell, well, he's going to go the socket. Decided not to in the end. And we'll get a stoppage. So if you've just joined us, Jamie Quick with a goal at one end. Lachlan Cassidy a goal at the other. Scores level. Near 3 minutes gone, opening turn. Henderson, McDonald. He's held up. Double-figure stoppages in the opening 3 minutes, Tristan.
Yeah, no goals kicked in the other game. Across at Marty Bush, 1 point Ballarat to 2 points Melton.
Ball up. Well, he took them on Medwell with strength and he fed the ball forward to McDonald, who gave it to Hart, who sent the ball forward. Presenting on the lead was Little Hales. He couldn't hang on to the mark. Chance of Forbes, who broke away, was going to take the advantage. It's going to come back with a free kick. It's going to go the way of Carey. And he's played all over the ground at his career at North Ballarat. Carey goes long to outer centre wing. Brinker Ritchie the target. It was a good sport at the back there from Lockyer to deny. They've got numbers here, the Borough. Can they work it out? Well, Curtin got it to Henderson. He looked far more comfortable on that left side on that occasion when searching for Little Hales again, who had the ball knocked away from him by Glover. And we'll get a boundary throw-in just outside 50 for the Borough.
That was interesting, Todd. Jai Lockett was out all on his own if that ball had got out for North Ballarat. But as you said, numbers were with Sebastopol at the contest.
Throw-in. Hart, front spot with that shallow throw-in. Neither ruckman could impact. Lamb conceded by hand to Carey. Standing start there from Stone, who's still in high school, by the way, the young midfielder. Kick to outer centre wing. Medwell again to Curtin. Touch of the fumbles there from Anderson. Opportunity for Lamb, who got it to Lockett. He got his first touch inside 50 over the head of Loverson. Chance for Dummett. The journeyman, Dummett. He's had a horror run with injury over the journey, but a grand finalist for the Borough a number of years ago against Melton. Cassidy with ball in hand. Can come broadcast side to O'Shea. With the lateral movement. Now they get the overlap. This is when they're dangerous. And the defender, Phillips. He looks to weigh up a target. A couple of Borough forwards leading in the same direction. It was a poor kick in the end. Favoured Glover, who was clean in the end, and he went by hand to Morris, who normally terrific by foot. Didn't let himself or the commentator down as Lockett wheeled onto the right boot. Normally gets plenty of territory, and the breeze at his back won't hurt him either. Loverson lumbering after the footy. Sidestep was good. Brought the ball back into play towards Penny, who pushed forward inside 50. Take a bow for covering the ground and staying in the game.
Tony Lockyer will be furious with that. Sebas had 3 on 1 at that contest. They were lucky it was a bad entry. But North Ballarat recovered, and now they get a scoring shot on goal.
Both sides, midfielders like to push forward, so it'll really test the 2-8 running commitment of both sides.
There's going to be a lot of space for the forward lines in this game.
So it'll be Penny. Kicked a couple of goals last week in the Roosters' lead-up game and comfortable win over the Devils. This makes it look easy on that left boot. Little work for the goal umpire. Goal for goal here at Alfredton Oval. North Ballarat 12 leads Sebastopol 6. Encouraging start, Tristan, to, well, what we were hoping that we'd get. It's delivered, albeit 6 minutes in.
Yeah, 3 goals in 6 minutes. I'm happy if this continues for the rest of the day. But North Ballarat, they look so dangerous when they go forward, don't they? Jai Lockett, you can see him playing half-back flank there and still finding a way to contribute on the scoreboard.
Penny with his first, quick as the other. Cassidy, the goal scorer for Sebastopol, back at the restart. Brinker Ritchie with the tap. Morris, clever little tap to the outside, and the man of the moment in Penny went along with the left boot. And he's just off to the left side with the first blemish of the afternoon. So Tony Lockyer will bring the ball back into play. He'll do us all a favour and come broadcast side.
Stewart in the short sleeves for the first time this season.
And donning the headband too, if you don't mind. The kick let him down. Gee, Carey just took his eyes off it at the moment. His hands got hold of it, but his head essentially dropped it in the end as he just momentarily lost concentration.
Yeah, there's like a fair few nerves going through both camps right now.
None more so than the boundary umpire too, who's come in about 15 metres for this throw-in. And it's a terrific one at that. Hart will get a push here. Brinker Ritchie not favoured there.
Haven't noticed Edwards and Forbes yet for Sebas. Keen to see if they can get involved soon.
Short kick from Hart to Henderson, who loves that short 45 kick receive, and he delivers. Shallow entry inside 50. Second grab at it. Got to pay that to McDonald, I thought, but the umpire said no. And we'll get a ball up. Had a bit of it, the youngster. Going to be a good player for Sebastopol for a number of years moving forward.
Yeah, the 11 goals this season for James McDonald.
Debuted as a 16-year-old a couple of years ago at Mars Stadium, I believe. He's Penny again. He's been busy. They move the ball forward through Palmer. And he goes long to a one-on-one. Loverson diving attempt, put it down in the slips. It's opened the door for the Borough. But here come the reinforcements. North Ballarat so honest without the footy. Free kick's going to go to McInerney.
How open did that ground look then, Todd? So much space for North Ballarat to move, and they just move so quick. Sebastian's going to have to be that extra bit cleaner when they've got footy in hand. Otherwise, they will be punished all day long.
More often at local level, you just see the will of players to run and exert with the footy or a chance to get on the end of it. But without the ball, North Ballarat, terrific. McInerney. It's a pretty ordinary kick at the end, and well, it's pretty ordinary by North Ballarat. They have no one on the goal line in case of the shank, so that made it all too easy for Lockyer to go to Hummelhoff. Will just go back to the goal square and wide of the pocket. So a couple of uncontested grabs. Stewart short if he wants. No pun intended. But he looked to go to the outer side of the ground with a sweeping drop punt. He had some good weight on that ball too. Phillips was able to mark and had a little bit of a stutter by foot, but then balanced himself and turned it over to Faulkner, who's a thumping kick of his own too, Faulkner. Doesn't matter what foot he's using, his own or a Sharon. It is Lockyer with ball in hand. Speaking of thumping kicks, this guy, he does it so easy. So he goes long and high. Lockyer at first touch on the foot. He couldn't bring it down. It's nervous moments for the Borough defence. Can they work it out? Will they get an overlap here? Look out. Hutt had to release the ball by hand. It was good running. Right foot kick to broadcast centre wing. It's a good thump there from Glover. Was quite happy to see it go over the boundary line, but he kept it in the end. Chance here for Carey through traffic. Well, somehow Glover ended up back with it. Got the handball received from Lewis, who went forward to Quick, who had one arm on it. He had 3 to beat. Numbers should prevail here. Henderson will get on the end of it. Quick hands to Medwell. And Mason, the late inclusion with the left boot. Beyond outer side centre wing. Gets the Borough out of trouble momentarily. The 2 number 11s. Faulkner wins out for the Roosters. And with the right foot kick, he sent it wide towards McInerney. He might have got an important touch on that. No, he didn't, said the umpire. And we'll get the rebound free kick to the Borough. They waste no time. And Medwell, who's had more of it than any other Borough player at the moment, goes short. The ball's just pinging around like a pinball machine at the moment. Opportunity there for Forbes, who made that look easier than what it was, and the kick was terrific and found Fletcher just inside 50. And the boundary line, mind you, so a difficult shot on goal for Fletcher, who was quite busy on the goal front in the opening half of the season, but he's gone a little quieter on the goal front in the second.
He's kicked 18 this year, Todd. Hasn't missed a game either.
So he's been a nice little find forward. He gets plenty on the kick. And the goal umpire. He did everything but mark it in the end, the goal umpire. And the Borough, they get a response. And the goal for goal nature. The theme of the qualifying final continues. 11 and a half minutes gone. North Ballarat 2-1-13. Sebastopol with their second, 2 straight 12.
Amazing what a couple of clean kicks can do there. First time they go for with intent. First time they're able to use it effectively. Goal for Sebas. Just one thing that I wanted North Ballarat to be a little bit concerned of is when Sebas do look like they're going to switch the ball, they look dangerous. But North Ballarat have protected that well so far.
Nice little X-Factor moment there from Forbes, weaving in and out of traffic and hitting the target to generate that shot from Fletcher on goal. Rinka Ritchie went early, conceded the free kick at the end of Hutt. I know he went early, but I'm not sure he did much wrong.
No, I don't know if there was a free kick there, but glad the umpire's doing his job, not me.
Hutt. So no Ben Hutt today. Still knee sore. But Toby's had a super season. Goes short to Banbury and just lobs it over the top to half forward. Cassidy the target through his hands. Quick. Awkward. Excellent gather. Left foot kick towards the attacking 50. McGuigan. Now he's dangerous and an underrated player. And he puts the ball to a dangerous area. Ball drifting across goal. Chance here for Lewis. Got boot to ball. Not out of trouble yet, the Borough. Well attacked there by Wilkinson. Got the 1-2. And kept that pattern of play going by hand to Lockyer. Was cute with the chip over the top. He got the lob wedge out of the bag, Lockyer. And he found Wilkinson just outside the Borough's defensive 50. Kick into the middle. It's a risky kick, but it fell fortuitously into the hands of Hommelhoff. We got the searching hand pass over the top towards Anderson. Medwell kept running. Gave it to Fletcher. Confidence up after a goal. Quick hands to McDonald. And the finish gave Sebastopol the lead. And the first back-to-back goals of the afternoon.
Look at that handball chain from Sebas in the middle of the ground there. It was quick, it was dangerous, and they went bang. James McDonald has a goal. I want to shout out Callum Stewart, though, in the back pocket. Put the big hand on the ball and then laid the big tackle that caused the turnover. From there, Sebas were able to look corridor, go forward and score off turnover.
Exciting game of football. Stick with us right throughout the afternoon. bfnl.com.au via the match centre. It's Sebastopol. They lead North Ballarat by 5 points. 14 minutes gone opening term. North Ballarat kicking with the aid of a slight breeze to the left of screen. Ball up. Bromley Lynch just knocked the ball. Cassidy gathered cleanly. Banbury will get it back here. He's got time to measure the kick, and he goes direct to a dangerous area. Edwards, he nearly hung on to it there. Loose ball opportunity. Gathered and cleared out of defence towards half-back, but it was cut off. And found Edwards in the end just inside the boundary line. Not dissimilar to the space where Fletcher had a shot on goal just moments ago.
Now let's see if he can repeat the work of his team, mate. But repeat inside 50s will be key for Sebastopol if they have any chance of going through to a prelim.
Useless fact on, Joel Edwards is known to have a shot with the left and or right foot. So
can do it with both. Wonder if he can do it with his hands.
Let's see how he goes here. It's an opportunity for Sebastopol to get a third goal in a row from 49. Kicks on its way. They like the look of it off the boot, but Collins got an important touch on it on the boundary line, on the goal line, and got it through for a rush behind.
That would have been his 35th for the season, Joel Edwards. Been a good recruit from St. Joey's.
Trusty boot of Morris brings the ball back into play. It was as good as 2 kicks. And Stone was strong overhead. Waste no time, setting it forward. Went in the arts direction. Couldn't get a hand on it. Loverson went to ground. Now he's out of the contest. And O'Shea happy to see it over the line. We'll get a boundary throw in. 60 metres away from the North Ballarat goal. So essentially 2 kicks out of the back line. Now sees North Ballarat with a forward foray as looks like Harvey Shea's gone to, Henry Shea's gone to Cassidy. I don't know whether it's coincidence.
I thought Jake Wilkinson was going to play one spare there to fill the hole, but he's come up and Jace DeMett has gone to Sam Arts.
6-point lead to Sebastopol. North Ballarat in attack. Collins into the ruck. Palmer tackled, taken to the ground. And we get a ball up. Yes, and been impressive chains forward by Sebastopol in their goals here this afternoon. A block would have seen Lockyer with time. Too much time in the end. Kick smothered by Henderson. Ricocheted over the line. We get another boundary throw in. But a territory gain nonetheless for the Roosters. Just 15 metres around from their goal. 16 and a half minutes into this opening term at Alfredton Oval. Good to see Luke Keel back for the Borough 2 today. Throw in. Loverson grabbed it out of the ruck. Kick across the body, if you don't mind. Touched.
Sebas went up straight away. They're calling for it to be touched. I reckon that's the right call.
Yeah, and Loverson wasn't arguing either. He wasn't kicking up a storm. So
normally a pretty big tell sign, isn't it, Todd?
Yes, yeah. So who was your tip in the Alfredton Oval clash between Ballarat and Melton?
I think Ballarat will be too good for the Bloods travelling away from home today.
Yeah, Ballarat, 14 games in Ballarat more broadly in season 2026, 12 wins in 14 games. It's going to be a big ask for Melton, but no Lewis Rinaldi today for the Swans. No Riley Constable.
But when you've got a Lockett medalist in Big Ewan, it's going to be hard to beat, isn't it?
Well, there's a guy up the other end that's half his size that's won a Tony Lockett medal as well that's more than capable, but what a mouth-watering final series we have ahead of us, and none more exciting than the game that's unfolding in front. McGuigan and Cassidy call it even.
Just touching on that game at Marty Bush, Todd, 0-2-0-2. So I think we've copped the fair share of our bargain here at Alfredton Oval.
The old theory, we're at the right game, yes. Nervous start at Marty Bush, but not here. It's been a quality game. Brinker Ritchie over the top to the voice of Penny, but a terrible bounce. He took on the tackle of Cassidy.
Got caught high.
Wow. Gee, I just thought he put the wrong arm up. I was paying hold on the ball there, and the central umpire. Oh, Penny for his thoughts. As Penny plays on, and goes to a dangerous area. Second grab good. McGuigan. It was only a matter of time before he was going to bob up and get a direct shot on goal. And an important one for North Ballarat.
McGuigan played the 14 games this year, but he's second in goal kicking for North Ballarat with a 24, just behind Jai Lockett.
So, McGuigan will shoot. Should nail this. Leans back on the kick, and he's every bit right.
You've cursed him there, Todd.
Indeed. I can't even let him off with a handy point. 4-point lead to Sebastopol. Into the slight breeze as Lockyer takes the measure and gets into broadcast centre wing. Hutt did all but mark it in the end. Carey said, well, if you don't want it, I'll have it. Penny rode the tackle until he was able to feed it to Lamb, who went with the right boot towards attacking 50. Clever knock on from Stone towards Loverson and to Lockett, who may have had a little bit more time than he thought. And he is off to the left, so maybe they've got a touch of the Marty Bush inaccuracies at the moment.
Yeah, the yips. I had Lockett penciled in to drill that. That would have been a Lockett special.
3-point lead to the Borough. Near 20 minutes gone opening term. Lockyer, the trusty boot off, brings the ball back into play to Dummett, and a welcome sight for Borough fans to have him back into the side. To the outer centre wing, McDonald, confidence up after a goal earlier. Didn't do the U-turn, did the discipline thing and gave it back to Dummett, who fed it with the right boot out in the Fletcher direction. Petty was terrific, took on the tackle, and then delivered with the left boot, but it's all Borough and Lockyer again. So he's starting to accumulate.
Look for the switch here, Todd.
The kick from to O'Shea was good, but they need some work rate to broadcast centre wing. So then none was afforded. So O'Shea did the discipline thing and did the keepings off and went back to Wilkinson and continued the pattern of lateral movement to Lockyer. He went short to Stewart. And he goes on to the right boot to outer centre wing. McDonald at the back, and it fisted away from him by McInerney to the safety of the boundary line. And we'll get a throw in, true centre wing outer side.
I've just noticed North Ballarat are looking to go more on the wings rather than the corridor. Maybe noticing that Sebas are so dangerous to the middle and they want to keep the keep the game to the far side of the grounds.
Be nice to get a boundary thrown on this side. They're a mile away from us here. Throw in. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. Mason got the feed. Loose hand pass and missed everything. And with the new rule in footy, well, it's not so new now, but the new season rule. Oh, Henderson just threw it back with the right arm. Lucky to hit the target. Morris will just chip it up towards the attacking 50. Brinker Ritchie might have been pushed by Hutt. Umpire said no. And the loose ball will find its way over the line for a throw-in.
O'Shea is sitting all on his own, defensive forward 50. Elliot Lamb has just let him wander off. Now, because it's a stoppage, Connor O'Shea is going to come back up and meet Elliot Lamb.
Week 1 of the finals. Qualifying final action. Time on. Opening term. 1v2. Only 3 points separate the two sides. Sebastopol lead. Tap one by Hutt. Cassidy. Pressure there by Penny at ground level. Quick hands from Medwell to the outside to Henderson, who got the overlap. This is when they're dangerous. The Forbes back to Henderson. He's got time to measure the options forward with a helicopter kick out wide in the direction of Little Hales. He had Curran to deal with. There's no slouch in the space of strength and or size, Curran. Boundary line beat them both in the end. We'll get another throw-in. So the boundary umpires featuring in the second half of this opening term.
Definitely the one on the far side. Don't know about the one on the broadcast side.
So Brinker Ritchie covering a bit of ground in the ruck today. Up against Little Hales. Brinker Ritchie won the tap. Keel just couldn't gather cleanly. Away from his hands.
Wouldn't be surprised at some point, Todd. North Ballarat put one spare behind the footy. Just noticing Sebas are having control in the middle of the ground when they use their handball chains.
23 minutes gone opening term. Decent crowd in attendance here today. Sunny skies overhead. As you can see, throw in. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. Loose ball opportunity for Medwell. He went the merry-go-round and then with the outside of the right boot towards a one-on-one. Umpires picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Glover. Coming off 13 marks last week. Beautiful kick to Morris. So if they weren't out of trouble yet, North Ballarat, they certainly will be now as Lewis got on the end of that Morris kick. He should have gone back to Morris, but he elected not to, and he went short to Quinlan. He's the only man with a 10 in Ballarat at the moment, Quinlan. And he went short. Kick was okay. Found Lamb. Game 101. Right foot kick. Was a poor one at that. Kick meant for Brinker Ritchie and or Quick. Didn't get the accuracy or the distance in the end. And Henderson sat in the hole and took an intercept mark and just chipped it wide towards Anderson. He just goes along the line. It was well read off the boot there by Faulkner. But the umpires called an infringement. So Little Hales will be the beneficiary. So he kept it low. Made it difficult for Keel, who needs an important early clean touch. And he just hasn't had one yet, but he might get one through a free kick. Umpire let it go. And now he says, I'll have it. So Keel just needs a grab or a clean ground ball, and he'll be away.
He needs to get himself in the game, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's just, well, he's missed the last 5 or 6. Ball up. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. Henderson been busy. Did the old 1-2 tap, trying to find Keel. Couldn't in the end, so out of bounds in the end. Off the hand of Henderson, who just threw the boot at it in frustration.
Would have been clever if that had come off.
Well, a fraction after the boundary umpire called it out of bounds. So, depending what mood the central umpire was in, you're lucky to get away with that in the end. Seen worse paid. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie, only as far as Anderson to Banbury, who's dangerous from range. But this time he's just off to the right and through for a minor score.
Sebastopol looking to ride that one home, but Banbury just missing.
4-point lead of the Borough. Glover on that familiar left boot. Oh, how about that? Made it look easier than what it was to Morris. And that combination, that link up is becoming a 70-metre play for the North Ballarat in this opening term. But he goes lateral on this occasion, Morris. Darbin got it to the outside. Palmer, laconically, but quicker than most, on the right boot towards half forward. Lockie was forced to apply the pressure in the end.
Lockyer left his man there and it left Lockett all alone, the forward 50. They were lucky they got the stoppage there, Sebas.
Well, he rolled the dice, didn't he?
Yeah.
Back at the restart. Close up against the boundary line. Searching handball at that. Well, it was nearly kept in by the dangerous Quick, but wasn't quick enough.
Was it a lasso?
Well, the 3 umpires, looks like they're going to have to go up to the arc that's about 3 blocks away from us here at Alfredton Oval. I think that's the right call. I just don't know whose free kick it is. So Curtin has Lockyer lateral, and he goes short to Wilkinson, who's still got Lockyer there if he wants him. That's the bailout kick. He'll be told to play on in a moment, and he has been done so by the central umpire. They don't mind the keepings off in the back half. To the Borough. As Banbury gets a territory going to outer centre wing. Darbin did all but mark it in the end. It would have been a ripper mark. The umpire said, I'll have it. We'll get another ball up. Right in front of the North Ballarat coaches box here this afternoon.
Late in the first term, but I was hoping Wilkinson was going to take that kick on to Lockyer because they had Stewart and then they had Mason ready to go.
Boundary line. Will win out from that stoppage. And another stat for the boundary umpire on the outer side.
Had more touches than most players on the ground, I reckon.
Yep, indeed. They've been solid. Not sure if they're in the votes just yet. Brinker Ritchie. Swarmed by Roosters. Wonder what that'd feel like, being swarmed by Roosters. Ball up. Call it even. Swarm of players around the footy. It happens more often than not with stoppage after stoppage. Looks like we'll get a copy-paste version on the outer centre wing. 28 and a half minutes gone. Opening term. Most entertaining start to this qualifying final. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. He's definitely in the black with head-to-head tap-outs against Toby Hutt at this stage.
100%. But even then, going back to the stats from the year, they were plus 200 North Ballarat in hit-outs compared to Sebas over the season.
That does surprise me, given Brinker Richie's only played a handful of games.
Well, he's averaging 45 hit-outs in his last couple, Todd.
Yeah, well, that'll boost it. He's given away a free kick here to Hutt, who went short, to Banbury, who's starting to accumulate. So he's got Wilkinson broadcast side, but he'll go the shorter option, albeit lateral, to Curtin. As the siren sounds on a sun-kissed Alfredton Oval for quarter time here. North Ballarat kicking with the aid of a slight breeze. In a quarter went the best part of 29.5 minutes. And they trail Sebastopol by 4 points. North Ballarat 2-4-16, Sebastopol 3-2-20. Tristan, you've got the goal scorers.
Yeah, for North Ballarat, just the two, Jamie Quick and Dom Penny for Sebastopol, Cassidy, Fletcher and James McDonald.
Observations before a break and an update score from Marty Bush.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going into either camp at quarter time. Fairly balanced game. Sebas obviously did look dangerous when going forward, but North Ballarat defensive pressure just able to stop the scoring. North Ballarat, I really liked the work of Dom Penny. I think he was best on in that quarter for the game. And Morris and Glover, we saw that their relationship together. They just know how to move the ball so well. As you said, a 70-metre connection there. And for Sebas, Felix Henderson looked everywhere. Tony Lockyer was very good down back. And Cassidy with that goal to kick us off at the start was good.
Ballarat and Melton and Marty Bush off to a low-scoring, inaccurate start, quite reflective of a lot of finals action, really. Let's just take a look to see if there's been any improvements there, Tristan.
Yeah, Ballarat, the home team at Sebastopol, which we haven't said often. 1 goal, 3-9. Biggie Newens kicked that only goal in that game. Melton, 0 goals, 2-4-2.
7-point lead to the third-place Swans, who are up against the 2024 premiers in Melton, who finished in 6th place this season. But as is the case with any final throughout this McDonald's BFNL final series, who knows who's going to win? Flip of the coin for most games, regardless of who wins moving forward. But here, the one that counts, unfolding in front of us, it's Sebastopol 3-2-20, who lead North Ballarat 2-4-16. Quarter time here at Alfredton Oval. 5-minute break, back with the second quarter action. See you soon. Welcome back to Alfredton Oval, ahead of the second quarter action of the qualifying final. 1v2, North Ballarat v Sebastopol. That's the Borough who lead the Roosters by 4 points. And they'll kick with the aid of a slight breeze in the second term.
Just going back to that other game, Todd, in the break, Paddy Simpson's kicked 2 goals and Ballarat now lead by 19 points. Down at Marty Bush.
Can Troy Scoble manufacture a response? Keep the blood season alive. All individual goal kickers here thus far, representing the 5 posted in the opening term. 3-2-20 Sebastopol, 2-4-16 North Ballarat. Beautiful sunny day here at Alfredton Oval. No excuses for either side. Can score at both ends. Ground's in good nick, as you can see on the vision. Sebastopol to the left of screen in the second term as we're underway. Well, Huck inadvertently nearly grabbed it out of the ruck. Henderson wanted a hold. He didn't get one in the end. Cassidy fit it by hand to Curtin. Back to Hutt. Standing start. Goes direct in the direction of Medwell. And might have conceded a free kick on Morris. And Medwell, who poses a dangerous threat forward. The luxury of North Ballarat having the versatile Morris to be able to match it with him body for body.
Yeah, 100%, Todd. But going back to that stoppage, the blokes we talked about at quarter time, Henderson and Cassidy getting involved once again.
Yeah, they're definitely winning head-to-head accumulation on the disposal front. Short kick to Bromley Lynch. Then the right foot kick exit from Morris out in the direction of Palmer. Couldn't gather. Well, Curran went to ground. He caught one high from O'Shea. He had the perfect vantage point. Well, nearly as good as the umpires, really. And he was right onto it. So a good start from the umpires too. Had a good opening term.
Reggie Palmer a bit slow to get up there, scrubbing that right hamstring.
Tumbling kick forward from Curran was poor. Cut off there by Wilkinson. He goes lateral. Try and create an overlap through Anderson. So on half back, they're away. Onto his left boot. It was a well-weighted kick in the end and had just enough on it for Lockyer to get on the end of it and send it wide to the pocket. Fletcher took a nice grab just outside the 50. Well, look to square the ball to Cassidy. Kick was good.
Those 3 we mentioned again, Medwell, Cassidy and Fletcher, just getting to work in front of the centre and just damaging all day.
So Cassidy, an opportunity to become the first multiple goal scorer of the afternoon. Of course, he kicked the Borough's first goal of this match. So he leans back on the kick from 40. Highly skilled talent. Makes no mistake. From the Borough, they get a game-high 10-point lead here. At Alfredton Oval, 4-2-26 Sebastopol. Looking dangerous. North Ballarat 2-4-16. North Ballarat looking every bit defensive at the moment.
Yeah, almost too defensive.
Yeah.
I know they're number 1 rated in the comp, but they're almost going back into their shell. They're not exploding off half-back like we normally see from Glover and Morris.
Need to kick a winning score on a day like today.
They only concede 60 a game in the year, Todd. So Sebastopol already on 26. That's almost halfway there.
Yep, we're just near 3 minutes into this second term here. Back at the restart. Ball up. Tap one by Brinkerici. Cassidy could have been held there by Stone, but we'll call it even. Penny broke the tackle of Medwell and sent a high kick towards half forward. Now Arts hasn't touched it yet. A terrible bounce. Fortune favours, well, the lucky on this occasion.
I think Fortune favoured the tall there, Todd. Arts just needed another foot on him and he would have been able to collect that ball.
Yeah, well, Lockyer was able to be the beneficiary.
Leading from the front here, Tony Lockyer. Has had a great quarter and 3 minutes.
Boundary throw in. Hutt won that tap. Started well in this term. Hutt, albeit just a few minutes. Cassidy, confidence up. A couple of goals next to his name. We'll get a throw in.
Toby Hutt's going to be looking pretty high finishing the Henderson medal, I would have thought, this season, Todd.
Yeah, it's interesting. Does more of his damage around the grounds, given that.
Yeah, he's almost more of a midfielder. He has 23 touches a game and 8 score involvements.
Cassidy looking for Medwell, just missed the target, but Medwell got an important touch on it, given the Lasso rule. We'll get a throw in. half forward outer side for Sebastopol. They lead by 10 points after they led by 4 at quarter time. Cassidy with the only goal of the term. Lockett in front of Lockyer. Nice grab taken there in cross half back there by Morris. The reigning club best and fairest to a dangerous kick, looking for Arts. There's an outnumber for the Borough. That should prevail. Look out! Holding the ball.
Great tackle there. Almost a hospital handball.
Yeah, Palmer on Midwell. Midwell does have a habit of calling for it in some strange spaces. As good as a player he is, he was just set up there for Palmer. The right foot kick to half forward. Players fly. Glover, one of those, couldn't bring it down. Penny could have been held umpire, let it go. Lewis with the outside of the right boot. It was a torpedo and a lucky one at that, because it hit Lovis and Laces out, who just got rewarded for front spot and a bit of forward craft. Was able to run onto that footy, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal here.
Yeah, North Ballarat need a little bit more urge and intent going forward. And obviously there they went corridor, found a target, and here's Lovison going for goal.
Standing start. Gee, off to the right.
That was a weird way to go about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was more reflective of his time in the US.
Try to punt it.
So he's second behind of the afternoon, whilst his first behind did go straight through the middle. It was touched. So that'll be Lockyer. He'll run his measure, touch one on the ground, and then deliver short. The kick was safe in the end. To Phillips, who just chipped it over the top. So good ball use from the Borough. Mason will just chip it over the top to Anderson. Couple of left footers along the line, and it's all too easy for Lamb, and Keel just looking a little frustrated. Whilst he'd be wrapped with the current scoreline.
I think for the 5 points North Ballarat has kicked, Tony Lockyer has taken it in every time. He's taken 30 metres from that kick in.
Throw in. Brinker Ritchie with front spot. Stolen away there by Banbury to Fletcher. Gee, that was clever in the air, but it was a slow hand pass because he was still airborne when he attempted to get rid of it. Mason, quick hands. Cassidy, the don't argue. Fed it by hand to Hommelhoff, who loves these goals. But not these ones at Ballarat. He's off to the left, through for a minor score.
I know they didn't score a goal there, Todd, but North Ballarat just too close together in the contest. Bass able to get the ball out and have an open shot on goal.
Yeah, inside to out, as they say, Tristan and Sebastopol. Well, the league leaders in that space in season 2026. Morris, Short, Carey. He's got Faulkner with a 45 on the defensive 50. Back into the side today after missing last week with a cork. Suffered in the big win over the Lakers. Precautionary measures. No Taj Bowman today, though, for North Ballarat. McGuigan at the back. Fly, but didn't bring it down. Like a pilot without a licence. Ball finds its way over the line. We're going to throw in right in front of us here. We'll enjoy this. Broadcast centre wing. Rarity
today, isn't it, Todd?
And a big crowd in attendance here today. Tristan, as you look around the ground.
Yeah, gee, Sebas have turned out. They always do, but not expected nonetheless.
Throw in, and a big effort from the youngster too. And well done. Brinker Ritchie. Lockett. Held up there by Lockyer. Cassidy got the spilt ball and sent it forward in the Keel direction. Went through the hands of Collins. That's a hold. Free kick to the Borough coming up. Forbes will take the resultant free kick against Faulkner, who overcommitted with the tackle. He obviously lost sight of the footy. So he was seemingly guessing in the end, and that's proven his downfall in the end. And the dangerous Forbes will get a chance to his first of the afternoon.
Yeah, clear free kick there. Let's see if it's Forber time here at Alfredton Oval.
10-point lead to the Borough can become 16. You've seen more of him than I over the journey. This is just a walk in the park for Forbes, isn't it, Tristan?
Absolutely, for his 38th in the season. Look at the celebration if he kicks this.
Well, if you've got the X Factor watermelon boots on, you want to be sinking this one. And he gets it done, Forbes. And Sebastopol get their 5th of the afternoon. 5-3-33. Sebastopol lead North Ballarat 2-5-17. The opening 2 goals of this second term. The Borough up and about on top here at Alfredton Oval.
Yeah, we said we wanted more from Forbes, and I know it's a free kick, but you're going to take that every day of the week as a small forward, aren't you? Would love to see more of Edwards, though. I haven't seen him at all today. Would love him to get on the score sheet and impactful around the ground. Maybe he has to move up the ground to do something to try and get his confidence up.
Back at the restart. Hutt won the tap again. Palmer couldn't gather. Cassidy could. Fed it to Hutt, who went direct and long over the head of all and sundry and rolled through for aim behind. Palmer needed to be a little bit surer by hand there. It was stolen in the end there by Cassidy. So Morris, I'll look for some territory here into the breeze. Beautiful kick. In front there was Collins, who took a nice grab. The Sandhurst recruit from the Bendigo Footy League. Quite the old school follower by definition. The player type is Collins to a hopeful 2-on-2. Penny, scragged. Umpire called play on. Bricker Ritchie, the big fellow, went to ground. Palmer kept his feet. Couldn't gather cleanly, though. There's a number of players around the footy. And Palmer's held up again there by Stewart. And we'll get a ball up, attacking side of the middle of the ground for North Ballarat.
North Ballarat need to find a way to get to their mark kick game because they're just not doing it. There's no control on the footy. Sebastian's running away with it here.
Just that one genuine entry for North Ballarat in this second turn that resulted in a point to Loverson. Predominantly all in the Borough's front half this afternoon, albeit this second term. Henderson, Lamb, Penny. No space. Went looking for the runner in the end because he had no one to give it to. Palmer just ran out of space, but somehow kept it in. Now Arts will get his first kick after a handball received there from Penny. Lockyer, under pressure, went boundary side. So he had Curtin or the boundary to find, but the former got it in the end and pumped it forward. Mason couldn't gather. Opportunity here for North Ballarat to turn it over through Stone into the middle of the ground. Well, that was a clever little kick on there from McInerney, but no real advantage because the Borough got the numbers. Henderson was wrong-footed. Collins was clean bowled in the middle of this beautiful cricket ground at Alfredton Oval. Half-forward opportunity here for Keel, who's tackled, taken to the ground. Oh, it's a sling!
I don't know about that, Todd.
Against Stone. But that might be just the turning point for
Luke Keel.
For Keel, who just lobs it over the top. It was a slow kick. And they should work it out here, the Roosters, through Carey. Just tumbles it, hopeful rather than anything else. And an outnumber behind the footy again for the Borough. Little Hales took him on. Now he's in trouble. But the umpire said no prior.
Notice how Little Hales played forward in the first quarter. He's gone back in the second quarter. I'm just noticing North Ballarat, when they've turned the footy over forward to centre, they're just bombing it forward. And they're finding Phillips, Lockyer. They can't win the footy.
Tap one by Little Hales. Good pressure there from Forbes at the back. Palmer gathered, though. The ball got fed to broadcast side there from Lamb, and the kick was okay to Penny.
Now, here's where North just need to control the game for 2 or 3 minutes and just get it back on their terms.
So Penny just changes the angles momentarily. Glover in front. Should get a free kick for a hold, and he will. He wastes no time, and he goes long and lateral. The kick was terrific and found Darbin too far out to score. Plays on to a dangerous option there in Lamb, and they'll turn it over. That was terrible, Roosters. And Henderson will get on the end of it. And he'll just lope away. He can go short to Forbes if he likes, but goes the longer option to Keel, who's in the game after that free kick, but he's tackled there by his opposing number 7 in Morris. And the ball spills over the line for a boundary throw-in. So a couple of numbers, V numbers going on today with Keel and Morris and Forbes and Faulkner.
Yeah, North were lucky they had Isaac Carey sitting behind the footy there. They were to get that out of bounds.
Sebastopol by 17 points. They've doubled North Ballarat's score. Tick over 13 minutes gone. Second term, throw in. Collins had front spot. Gathered there by Henderson. Oh, sidestep. Terrific. And lowered the eyes. Nearly got through the traffic. Was touched. So Bromley Lynch had no time to waste. Fed it by hand to Carey, who got it to Curran, who sent it to the outer side. Foot race on here. Quinlan gathered, and now he took the first option, albeit the short one. McGuigan rolls onto the right boot, sent it towards half forward. Glover in front. Could have been held as well, but the umpire let it go. And Rockerman will look for an option now. He looks to square the ball. This is a dangerous 2-on-1 here. Stone should get on the end of this. If not, Palmer. The ladder gathers, and the short chip was okay to Lockett. So that Rockerbrand kick really opened the door here for North Ballarat. He should have gone with his first decision. He was going to the outer side there, looked to square the ball, and the kick has to hit the target, but it missed. Faulkner will send the Roosters into attack into the Loverson direction. Ground ball shoveled out. McGuigan tackled lawfully, said the umpire. Good pressure there on Lockyer from Lewis. And we'll get a ball up.
Just rinse and repeat there, Todd. Sebastian numbers behind the footy and North just unable to find a scoring shot.
North Ballarat in attack, albeit just inside their 50. Loverson won the tap, clearing a high kick there from Himmelhoff to broadcast centre wing, and Shea, the youngster, bobs up for his first real disposal of the afternoon. Goes back with a 45 to Morris with a penetrating ball out in the direction of McGuigan, who you'd think what we've seen in the opening quarter and a bit, he's got a role to play this afternoon in North Ballarat's fortunes.
Absolutely, he does. He's been good all year, apart from when he had that injury. But he's back now. Hopefully he can go and put this on the scoreboard for North.
Well, a kick from outside 50. It was a short kick. It was a horrible one at that. It was like one of those shanks on the golf course that somehow end up on the green and just got a little tap in. Because Bromley Lynch, whilst he was the intended target, gee, the ball went the long way around with an undesirable looking shape of a kick. But Bromley Lynch misses another crucial one at that. Off to the left for a minor score. So 8 scoring shots to 9, but it's Sebastopol who lead by 16.
2-6. They're not taking the chances today, Todd. I know you're number one defence in the competition, so they're not going to be able to score easy, but you've still got to go and put your chances away down at the other end.
So some challenges ahead for Clint Proctor, because the way this game is going, it's got 40 points for the Borough written all over it. So he's a ripper coach. Let's see what he can come up with. But he does need compliance. Stewart along the wing to McDonald. They're in no rush, the Borough. Right foot kick towards the attacking 50 to a 2-on-1, though. Made it difficult for Little Hales. Ball spilled at the outside of the dangerous Forbes. Somehow he got ball to boot. Didn't go the required, said the umpire. Curran, standing start, turnover. That did, barely. Banbury got on the end of it. But they're always going to have numbers back, aren't they, North Ballarat? More
100%.
often.
Number one defence in the competition for a reason.
So Banbury to the top of the goal square. Off the hands of Shea. It was good play there by the youngster. Just failed to attack the footy. Over the door for Fletcher. That was all too easy. Sebastopol get their 6th and their 3rd unanswered for the term. They're 6-4-40. They lead North Ballarat 2-6-18.
Fletcher has his second now too. The two we spoke about before, Todd. Fletcher and Cassidy doing so much damage forward to centre.
We'll get you an update score from Marty Bush as it comes to hand. It was Ballarat with 2 quick ones to extend what was a bit of a stalemate early.
Yeah, Ballarat trying to put their foot down at Marty Bush. They are now 5-6, 36 to Melton. 1 goal for 10. 25 minutes into the second quarter.
26-point lead to the Swans at Marty Bush. 22-point lead to Sebastopol here at Alfredton Oval.
Biggie has kicked his second, the Lockett medalist for 2026.
Next goal, all important here. You never ride off North Ballarat. That's the way they play. They're never out of the game. Penny. His thump was cut off there by Dummett. Carey do the rebound to Lockett. Just tried to chip the ball. Well, out in front of McInerney. And Anderson was up to the task with the pressure and the application of the tackle.
Lockett, as a senior player, has to be better there. Has to be hitting him on the chest. He's put him under pressure, and turnover for North Ballarat once again.
Anderson, left footer. Inside 50. Keel in front, and it knocked away from him. Oh, Forbes. World Cup style. That was clever from Keel to get a hand on it. Well, the boundary umpires paid the lasso. I thought he was a bit stiff there, Keel.
You reckon he got a hand to it, Todd?
I do, yep. I'll ask him tomorrow. Faulkner, short kick was okay to Curran. But the slow movement not helping North Ballarat, just making it easy for the Borough to clog up space. They go to a 2-on-1 in favour, though. But Curtin was terrific. Anderson tackled, taken to the ground by McInerney. Role reversal in this case. Given Anderson was rewarded a free kick just moments ago with a tackle on McEnany.
Tom Bromley Lynch had to be better there. Saw there was a one-on-one. Didn't go up. Would have made it a 2-on-1. Put it in North Ballarat's favour.
19 minutes gone. Second term. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. Attack on the footy. Terrific by Lockett. Fit it over the top looking for Penny. Onto the left boot. No real gain. Loose ball. Medwell. Strong. Cassidy. Banbury. The big guns combine. Important touch from Lockett. He'll get the free kick. There's a little touch on the head there. Right call by the umpire.
That's better from Jai Lockett. Just has to go and get it himself here. We know how damaging he is. Probably the most informed player in the competition right now.
You'd think he needs to get some ball inside 52 with the thumping nature of his boot. So he sends it forward in the Loverson direction over his head. Scramble opportunity for the dangerous Quick. Loves these across the body. Quick gets it done.
That is a Jamie Quick special.
Timely one at that. North Ballarat get their third. Jamie Quick gets his second. He's kicked the first and the last goal of the game. 3-6-24 North Ballarat. Charles Sebastopol 6-4-40. Time on second term.
They didn't need a goal now. They needed the goal next, and that's exactly what Jamie Quick's delivered for Clint Proctor's men.
16-point lead to the Borough after they lead by 4 at quarter time. 3 goals to 1 in this term.
Only the one difference in scoring shots, though. So North Ballarat are there. They're just not taking their chances.
3-6, 6-4 as you touched on. Tristan Ashmore with the comments right throughout the afternoon. Todd Whelan on the call, bringing you all the live action from a sunny Alfredton Oval. Collins has gone into the ruck. Hutt stayed in there. Got an important little handball meant for Anderson. Could have copped one high. Umpire let it go. Lewis copped one high.
North Ballarat can find another goal here before half-time. Game back on, I reckon.
So he did the right thing. He didn't handball that to Lamb, who would have found himself in the middle of the muddy centre. So he took the territory gain forward. There's a grab at the back from Glover.
So they've sent him deep forward, Todd. That's quite interesting considering he was playing sort of midfield, half-back first quarter. Maybe Clint Proctor's found that's going to be the difference, get themselves back in this game.
Well, we did touch on Clint Proctor had to do something. And with the versatility of Glover.
He's almost followed Little Hales. Little Hales started forwards, gone back. Glover's done the opposite here.
Yeah, where 10 will go, 10 will follow. There's another number matchup. So Glover, beautiful kick of the footy. You couldn't have got on anywhere. You couldn't have got enough on. And Glover gets back-to-back goals for North Ballarat. The margin back to 10. Cream rising to the top at Alfredton Oval.
All class there from Glover.
4-6-30.
But I go back to Harvey Lewis there. Didn't get the hands, went long, found Glover. Glover goes back, executes.
Yeah, and players need to be smart too, running through the middle of that, well, heavy deck, we'll call it that. That's probably the most polite way I could put it on air. But you want firm footing underneath so you can run and carry and get some bang for buck. And that was good play there from Lewis to find Glover. Collins harassing in the ruck. Oh, he's been pinged for holding the ball. And he's give it back from one headband to another. Henderson goes short to Curtin. Back to Henderson. He kept running, sidestep, not for the first time today. And from the corner of half forward, sent the ball long. They wanted a down the ground free kick as he dumped as he kicked. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway. And it's going to be McDonald. We'll go back and have a shot on goal here for a quick response.
That's disappointing if you're Clint Proctor. Do all the hard work, get yourself back in the game, then give up a goal like that, if he kicks this.
The lead restored to 16. We've got a game on here at Alfredton Oval. Stick with us right throughout the afternoon. Sebastopol get their fourth of the term, 7-4-46. They lead North Ballarat 4-6-30. 16-point ball game, 23.5 minutes gone second term.
No changes in the score at Marty Bush either. Ballarat still 5-6-36. Melton 1 goal 4-10 late into the second quarter.
16-point lead to the Borough here at Alfredton Oval. On the back of that McDonald goal. And Henderson having a good day with a couple of forays in the chain. Brinker Ritchie out of the middle. Quick hands to Quick, who spent it before he had it. Curtin gathered, took it to the ground. Good ball security there from Curtin. We'll get a ball up on true centre wing outer side. 24 minutes gone. Tap one there by Bricker Ritchie. Lockyer with the clearance, however. Long right foot kick towards the attacking 50. And a big thump from Morris. Did he find the boundary? He did. And we'll get a throw in adjacent to the digital scoreboard here at Alfredton Oval.
North Ballarat, I'd be getting as many numbers behind the footy as you can right now. You cannot afford to kick another before half-time.
Games decided earlier this afternoon. East Point too good in the under 18 and a halves. And North Ballarat prevailing in a 1-point thriller against Bacchus Marsh. Cassidy coughed it up. Bricker Ritchie rode the tackle, but there was no one there while he was on the merry-go-round to feed. Henderson will get it back. Can he run to his left side? He does. Can he manufacture something? Yes, he can. I'll call it the goal of the day.
Goal of the day and player of the day. Felix Henderson is having a game.
Their 8th of the match. Sebastopol, their 5th of the term. We're back to a 22-point ball game after North Ballarat came with back-to-back goals of their own. The response has been matched by the Borough in time on of this second term with back-to-back goals of their own. 8-4-52 Sebastopol on their way to that number he questioned. He said that North Ballarat average against. And, of course, the Borough have just averaged 11 goals in the second half of the season per game. But getting it done here today. Cassidy could have been held without it. The umpire let it go. Curtin.
59, that magic number you mentioned, Todd. If Sebastian can get over that, there'll be every chance. They're not far off it.
Ball up. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of, well, this time he put the wrong arm up. Now he got it right. Bricker Ritchie. So the North Melbourne VFL listed talent went long and direct. Borough had the outnumber in the air and at ground level, mind you. Rocker Brand, loose hand pass, not out of trouble yet. The Borough, but swarm of players around the footy. And we'll get a ball up some 35 metres away from the North Ballarat goal. So a late opportunity here. First quarter went for 29 and a half minutes. There were 5 goals kicked in that term, 7 in the second. So we've still got a couple of minutes left, you'd think. On spec, Glover. Hart, dribbling ball. Nearly bounced over Stewart's head. He might have got an important little touch on it. Lockett got a terrible bounce again. Arts was nearly into the back of Stewart, but lawfully, said the umpire, and we'll get a ball up 60 metres away from the North Ballarat goal.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hello.
Ball up. Tap one there by Bricker Ritchie. Boundary side, Lockett. Endeavour to keep it in, and he did in the end. Gee, in front there was Glover who committed. Anderson might have caught one high. Umpire called, play on. Chance there for Loverson, the big man, but he's tackled, taken to the ground there by Phillips. And we'll get a ball up.
Just seems every North Ballarat jumper in the forward 50, there's 3 Sebast jumpers directly around him. So hard for North Ballarat to find space forward to centre.
27 and a half minutes gone. Ball up. Hurried kick out of the congestion from Lockyer. Couldn't quite get through traffic. Quinlan. Good vision to Arts. Told to play on by the umpire. Didn't go the required. Bombed it wide. Searching there towards McGuigan. Banbury leads into the race to the ball. Knocked the ball to his own advantage. But not before the boundary line said, hey, you've gone too far. And we'll get a boundary throw-in right in front of the old scoreboard here.
Just a little bit uncomposed there from Arts, wasn't it? Wasn't sure if the mark was paid, but had to find a better option than that.
Yeah, he was standing start, so I think he was under a bit of pressure there from the umpire to move it on. Henderson, standing start of his own there, and that resulted in a turnover to Stone. An impressive young talent is Oscar Stone, and he lopes away onto that right boot. He gets some penetration in towards the Loverson direction. Glover, tackled there by one arm. It was an excellent tackle in the end to deny Glover a handball exit.
I like that entry from Stone, though. It was flat, it was direct, it was dangerous.
There was some speed on the ball. Tap one there by Hart. Palmer conceded to Arts. Left foot kick across the body. Glover! keeping North Ballarat in it. Glover, he looks every bit dangerous. And a chance to get his second of the term and get a late one here. As we tick past 29 minutes into this second term. Chance for North Ballarat to get back within 16 ahead of the main break.
Ever so important that he kicks this, Todd. Clint Proctor and his men could take some real momentum out of this kick into the main break.
Right. Glover. Well, if you couldn't get on the last kick, you certainly won't be able to get on this one. Leans back on the kick. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. Glover's got 2. North Ballarat got 5. And they're back within 16 points here at Alfredton Oval. 29 and a half minutes gone second term. Good game of footy, Tristan.
Great game of footy. Happy to be here, Todd.
Yeah, great to have you along for the ride, mate. Gee, we're still got no idea really who's going to progress to that second semi on what we've seen today, because both sides have had their moments where they've looked every bit the number 1 and number 2 side of the competition. Brinker Ritchie tapped well to his own advantage in the end, but he couldn't gather. Morris could, forced to handball it. Lockett, he's dangerous from range, and he sent along to guess who? Glover! Oh, umpire didn't pay it. Loverson tackled, nearly too long. Oh, we'll get a ball up, 15 metres away from the North Ballarat goal, but the siren beats Glover and North Ballarat. Gee, just a touch of luck there.
30 seconds longer, and I reckon North Ballarat had another goal in that. Jai Lookett looks so dangerous in that centre clearance.
Well, that mark gets paid every second week.
Absolutely. All that holding the ball kick about 2 seconds later.
And the baby downstairs clearly not happy with that decision, Tristan. Score here at Alfredton Oval, half-time, Sebastopol 8-4-52. They lead North Ballarat 5-6-36, the most entertaining term. 5 goals to 3 for the term. Has Sebastopol extended a 4-point lead at quarter time to 16 at the main break. Tristan, you got the goal scorers and some observations.
North Ballarat, Jamie Quick, Glover, and Glover again late in that second quarter for Sebas. Cassidy, Forbes, Fletcher, McDonald with his second, and Henderson. Some observations. I thought Glover and Penny were the standouts for North Ballarat and for Sebas. Felix Henderson has been everywhere, but it's Tony Lockyer, player coach, departing end of the season. He has been phenomenal today. Wherever you've needed him, he's been there.
Yeah, he's been the one constant behind the ball. I've been really impressed with Sebastopol defensively, pretty much right throughout this afternoon. Well, top 6 v top 6, they do rank 3 for defence, so it's not like it's a weakness of theirs. It's just that their offense ability just has the better numbers. Yeah, most entertaining game of footy. Ripper day here at Alfredton Oval. Ground's in as good as Nick as I've seen Alfredton Oval in footy season at least. And so be sure to stick with us throughout the second half action that'll be coming up for you in around 12 minutes time. But before the break, we'll get an update score out of Marty Bush in the elimination final between Ballarat and Melton.
Ballarat looking to go into next week. They are 5 goals, 7-37, 26 points clear of Melton, 1 goal, 5-11. Goal kickers for Ballarat. Biggie Newen, the Lockett medalist, has 2. Paddy Simpson has 2. And Fraser Perkins Young, upcoming star for Ballarat, has 1. For Melton, Braden Kite, the second in the Lockett medalist, has the only goal for Melton.
Guys, a break. Come along for the ride. The second half action coming your way live from Alfredton Oval in around 10 minutes' time. Welcome back to Alfredton Oval after an enthralling opening half in the qualifying final between North Ballarat and Sebastopol. But it's the second place Borough who have the advantage, and the deserved one at that. A 16-point lead at the main break. We're not far up a start for the third term, but a 16-point lead to Sebastopol. Firstly, Tristan, we'll get the goal scorers from you and a little update for those who have just joined us.
Yeah, North Ballarat. Jamie Quick has 2, Glover has 2, and Penny has 1 for Sebastopol. Cassidy, Fletcher, and James McDonald have 2. Henderson, Forbes, and that's it. They have 1 each for Sebas.
Sebastopol kicked into a slight breeze in the opening term, but that didn't deny them. They led by 4 points at quarter time and extended that to 16 at the half. And they're in the box seat here of the qualifying final to progress to a second semi-final. But Tristan, to keep the game interesting, can you make a case for North Ballarat?
Yeah, and what I was about to say has happened. I've asked for Jai Lockett to go in the midfield, and that's exactly where he's going. A ball winner. Hopefully he can find some contested ball and get the ball in the hands of Carey and Palmer and Stone and get into the hands of some damaging players.
Yeah, because Sebastopol have been much better at getting it from inside to out. And see Henderson on a wing here. He's been quite influential today.
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought he'd go straight into the guts, but they're obviously valuing his ball use wide off the ground.
Ball up. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. Grand ball opportunity for Hart. Could have been held without it. The umpire called play on. Cassidy went through traffic. Loose ball opportunity here for Lockett. He couldn't grab it cleanly. That would have been a nice little confidence builder for him. Wilkinson fed it by Ander Henderson. High left foot kick towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Forbes leads his opposing number 11 into the race. Released the ball by hand. Did well. Got it to Hommelhoff, to Mason. Back to Forbes. It was a hurried kick. Favoured Stone. The gather was good from the youngster. Hurried kick forward beyond outer side centre wing. Stewart, quick hands to Lockyer. Needed to be quick. Cut off. Umpire said play on. Didn't go the required.
High contact.
But, yeah, high contact, and he'll get the deserved free kick penny and a chance for North Ballarat to reset.
Unlike Lockyer there, thought he's been clean all day. That was a bit scrappy.
So out of the middle of the ground, Penny gets some territory on the kick. At the back, Loverson couldn't hang on. Medwell at ground level. Good second effort pressure there from Loverson to square away a stoppage, and we'll get a ball up. Medwell,
a bit slow to his feet.
Yeah,
there,
little proppy there, Tristan. Right on cue, mate. 16-point lead to the Borough. North Ballarat in attack. Brinker Ritchie won the tap. Well, it was disappointing in the end. It went straight to Hommelhoff. Ball released there towards Lewis. Did he get one high? Yes, he did. Much to the frustration of Phillips. Oh, he's just had a flop there, but that's okay. Just try and do what you can, but yeah, certainly not a footy act. As Lewis will go back and have a shot on goal here for an all-important first goal of this third term. He plays on. He gave it to Glover, and why wouldn't you? Glover's got 3 at Alfredton Oval. And North Ballarat are back within 10. Largely off the boot of Glover, who's booted 3 goals in the last 30 minutes of footy. So some thinking of their own for the Borough to do to negate the former Collingwood VFL listed talent.
Yeah, it was interesting that Clint Proctor sent him forward in that second quarter, but hasn't it worked wonders? Kick 3.
Spent a majority of his time, well, when he was available for North Ballarat in that 2023 season, forward. Of course, playing off against Darley that year, come up short after leading by 3 goals with 15 minutes to go. Brinker Ritchie with the tap at the restart. So confidence up here. Quick had more time than he thought. Banged it on the boot. He's got some contact. Glover again.
He's everywhere, isn't he, Todd?
And he lopes around 51 metres out from goal. Sent it forward to Loverson on the lead, who obliged with a beautifully weighted pass received from the boot of Glover. And a chance for North Ballarat to get 2 goals in a minute and narrow the margin to 4 points.
That's better from North Ballarat. They were flat, they were direct, and now they're going to get a chance to make this a 4-point game.
Standing start. He's nearly missed everything there, Loverson. It's an awkward address. It's a proppy one at that.
He kicked 3 goals 4 against Lake Wendouree a couple of weeks ago. I can't imagine he'd be scoring too many goals with a form like that.
Well, that's his 3rd behind of the afternoon. So Tony Lockyer will take the bailout kick to Wilkinson. Left back pocket for the Borough, who are under siege here whilst they lead by 9. North Ballarat pressing in the opening 4 minutes. Kick from Wilkinson goes, oh, well, Morris had a swing and a miss by Fish. That's nearly a Lasso free kick. That's the right call. Brambury wanted the touch. Well, he's a lot closer than I.
How did no one get hands on that ball?
Short kick from Carey. Found Morris. Takes a thumping kick, so no doubt Glover will be the target. Quick should be looking for the crumb. So Morris sends the ball forward in the Glover direction. Fly. Couldn't impact the contest. Out the back, McGuigan could have kept going with a shot with the outside of the right boot. Went back through traffic. Gee, Lewis did what I wanted McGuigan to do. And he nearly pulled it off at the end, but there's a mark taken on the defensive goal line there by Hommelhoff.
Lewis just wrong-footed there.
And he'll go short to Hutt. Over the top to Lockyer, so they work it out in small increments. Henderson wanting the ball, he'll get it here. Deep in defence. So a little wax on, wax off going on from the Borough's playing coach and the former St. Joey's now integral Borough midfielder in Henderson. So Lockyer sends the ball to out of centre wing. Mark's being taken there by Bromley Leach. Right foot kick, shallow entry inside 50. Was well read at the back there by Wilkinson. But the umpire said it was touched and will get a ball up 40 metres away from North Ballarat's goal.
That's really good from North Ballarat. They've set up behind the ball really well. Sebas unable to get past that chain of defence.
Lockett, 50 metres out, kick across the body. The dangerous quick is, well, he's in the area, but the boundary line beat them all. And we'll get a throw in, so.
13 scoring shots to 12 in favour of North Ballarat, Todd. North Ballarat will be pretty happy where they are right now.
Yeah, I think bang for buck in time spent in their front half of the opening 6 minutes. Another goal would validate that time with ball in hand. Shallow throw in.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there's a free kick. It's going to go against the Borough. Oh, so a little worse off there. And I'll speak of Wilkinson. The free kick's going to go to, I'd love to say, trusty boot of Loverson.
He's got to kick one, doesn't he?
But in Australia, it's not so trusty. For point number 4. Oh, he should swallow this one up, Loverson. This is a better address. He took 2 steps instead of 1. And he got the result he was after. 1 goal, 3 for Loverson, who has looked dangerous. He's continued to present forward. But on that occasion, was able to convert a free kick out of stoppage and an all-important goal to North Ballarat. They're within 3 points here at Alfredton Oval.
If North Ballarat lead late, Todd, I wouldn't be surprised if they throw Loverson back behind the footy, given how good he is in the air with his hands. But that's good. He's converted there, back to 3 points.
Yeah, both sides complete with versatility and the ability to move the magnets. Far from one-dimensional, these two sides.
Just a quick score update from Marley Bush. Ballarat 8-7-55 lead Melton by 31 points, 3-6-24.
Got a game on here. The Borough cling to a 3-point lead. Baller, Hutt, the early fly. Henderson somehow got a little toe poke on the ball, only as far as Lockett, who got it to Shea, outside of the right boot. And the goalkeeper, Lockyer, touch of the fumbles momentarily. He's got time and space to balance and send it towards Henderson. He went early.
Undisciplined there from Felix.
Didn't matter in the end. Shea marked the footy and goes short to Carey. Now, can they get an overlap instead of the bomb inside 50? Curran presents on the defensive side of the middle of the ground.
Tony Lockyer all on his own, fill the hole here.
Ground ball. Lewis, cross the body, kick smothered. Good pressure in the Borough defence. Lewis went low and he'll get the free kick. He does do that. He's a bit Tyson Shea-esque the way he does that, despite the fact there's about 20 years separating the two. Of course, Tyson Shea called retirement to his 300-plus game. He went long towards Glover and it went over the head of all and rolled through for a behind. Margin now 2. 8.5 minutes gone second term.
It's clear Clint Proctor's gone into halftime with the message of, let's build the wall so Sebast cannot get past, because Sebast just cannot find a way to get forward to centre right now.
Yeah, the frugal team defence of North Ballarat really standing up in this third term. So Lockyer will look to go out of side on this occasion. Plenty on the ball. Gee, that went through the hands of Lamb. Gee, I'd give him the benefit of the doubt with the sun there. But he wanted the push in the end, but the ball had gone through his hands prior to that contact.
Get some sunglasses out to him.
I think he just needs to own that faux pas or missed opportunity. Ball up. Hutt went early. Lockett. He's had an impact early in this third term. Kick across the body. Out of bounds on the full. A rebound opportunity for the Borough.
We did speak about that just before third quarter started. Jai Lockett, he's finding a way to get his hands on the footy, contested ball, trying to make an impact for North Ballarat.
So a 16-point lead to Sebastopol has been reduced to just 2 in the opening 9.5 minutes of this third term. And we'll get a boundary throw-in on the back of that clearing kick from Sebastopol. They're out of trouble momentarily, but the strangle is on, as we know that North Ballarat can, but Collins just collapsed over the back of Hutt. No free kick given. Henderson, left foot kick. Got a bit of it. Was well judged in the end there by Morris.
That's that wall standing up again, once again, for Clint Proctor's men.
We'll go short. The kick was okay to Penny. He'll look to weigh up the options. And a lot of this sort of offense attack from North Ballarat has been without a great deal of impact from Penny in the last 20 minutes. So that's encouraging as he goes deep forward. Loose ball opportunity for Collins. He's tackled, not before he can release the ball to Glover. Arts went to ground. Momentum took him forward on the Felix Henderson tackle. And we'll get a ball up 30 metres away from the North Ballarat goal. Sebastopol 52. North Ballarat 50, as you can see on the digital scoreboard here at Alfredton Oval. Hutt with the tap, only as far as Loberson. Showed some evasive skills, but the finish has missed everything out of bounds on the full. The Borough under the pump, not for the first time. Asked to rebound and negotiate their way through this team defence of North Ballarat. So it'll be Curtin to Henderson. But he dropped it, but he's got time to chip the kick. It was a lazy one at that. Through the hands of Curtin. Comedy of errors here from the Borough in the last 30 seconds.
Sebast are hearing the footsteps, Todd. They cannot get past halfway. Have they been inside 50 at all this quarter?
Fair observation. I doubt it. Yeah. Near 12 minutes played essentially North Ballarat's front half in this third term. Throw in. Lockett did the ruck duty. Meant for Palmer. Stolen by Hutt. Territory gain. Good ball from Bromley Lynch to Lamb. Dropped it and was pinged by the umpire. Good tackle from O'Shea.
This is the important kick for Sebast. They need to find a target. They cannot go long. They've gone long all quarter and they've just been met by the likes of Curran and Morris.
This is about the 10th time Henderson's got on the end of a kick that's gone about the length of his name. So it hasn't gone far at all, about 9 metres. Here's an opportunity for Arts. Rebound kick. That's gone out of bounds on the full, I presume. Or did Palmer get a hand on it?
They're going to throw it in.
You know, it'd be a brave man to make a call from 150 metres away as opposed to the boundary umpire who was right there. Throw in. Brinker Ritchie and Hart. And enjoyed that battle. Brinker Ritchie with the tap. Loose ball opportunity. Lockett and Lockyer. Bodies meet. No real possession gained. Lockett just threw it out in the end. He was penalised by the umpire, much to his chagrin. And Lockyer will take the resultant free kick. Now they'll get 3 kicks away from goal. Tristan, where it's been 2 or less for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, don't hold your, they're not there yet. So Lockyer works it out. Now they get the overlap. Now this is when the Borough are dangerous. The chip kick from
and another
Banbury.
turnover.
I'll get the turnover opportunity here through Lewis, who's been busy in this term. He's overcooked the kick. Phillips. Just took it uncontested in the end.
Lewis immediately put his hand up, say sorry to Arts there.
This is their highest rebound opportunity for the term. This one off half back as opposed to the last line of defence. So he goes along the line, quite predictable for North Ballarat, but it coughed up a free kick here. The advantage paid. O'Shea to Cassidy. Just got the kick away, and it was a beauty to Keel. Too far out to score. That was a good lead there, wide of the pocket. This one will be cut off there by Penny, who was desperate. Oh, and he's fallen over as he kicked. That hurt. And so this turnover, mate. Cassidy got on the end of it. We haven't seen the Borough midfield bar Henderson essentially for the last 12 minutes.
We haven't seen Sebastopol look this scrappy all day, Todd.
High ball, inside 50, no mark taken, grab ball opportunity, confidence up with the North Ballarat defence, given their fight back in this third term. They're within 2 points, 14 and a half minutes off the clock in this penultimate quarter of the qualifying final.
Here's where Tony Lockyer has set a wall up. You see Wilkinson, Toby Hutt all on their own here, just in case the ball gets out.
Throw in. Can the Borough get one against the grain? Despite the fact they have a slender advantage on the scoreboard. It's really been 80-20 in favour of North Ballarat for weight of possession in this, or weight of territory for a better word, because they've had a bit of ball, the Borough. They just haven't been able to get it out. Tap one by Little Hales. Loose ball opportunity. Banbury through traffic. Fed the ball by hand to Medwell, who just tried to knock it on towards McDonald. That was Fletcher, in fact. Grand ball opportunity. Penny took them on. Gee, shrugged one tackle.
Here we go. Find Toby Hutt in the hole.
Hutt did the discipline thing with the spoil. Terrible bounce. McGuigan soccer off the ground. This is when Quick's dangerous. Will it sit up for him? Curtains in chase. But it's going to be all to no avail, you'd think. Open goal. Quick. Bang. North Ballarat in front at Alfredton Oval.
In the name. How quick was that?
Yeah. Was all over it. Now a bit of feeling creeping in too, and why not?
Quick's got 3 now. He's been good. Yeah.
Joel Edwards.
Joel Edwards. Where is he? Generally haven't seen him since the first quarter. Would love an update there from the Sebast bench.
Yeah, not that they'll be tuning in, Tristan, but...
No.
Back at the restart. Cassidy. Stone held him up. Now they're starting to pat each other on the back, North Ballarat, for these 1%ers, you know. That's when you know a side's up and about. Ball up. Lock it. He's tails up at the moment, and he sends North Ballarat into attack with a one-on-one. Glover. Phillips is terrific. Got an important spoil on the ball. Shark there by Lewis. Can he get the journey? It's a high up and under. Didn't quite. Off hands through for a minor score.
Quick update from Marty Bush. Ballarat 11-7-73. Melton 5-6-36. Ballarat by 37 at Marty Bush.
North Ballarat by 5 here at Alfredton Oval. We've got a sore boy on the goal line in the name of Wilkinson for the Borough. And there'll be momentary pause in play.
Can we direct swap him with his brother?
So the blood rule will apply here for Wilkinson. Henderson will come back on, you'd think. Toby Hutt off for a spell. Lockyer off the ground too at the moment as we speak.
Dom Penny going off.
So there's 3 on the bench for the Borough. So I think that inquiry about Joel Edwards is accurate.
That could be him sitting on his own at the back of the bench.
With his hamstring taped up, the left hammy.
I know he had a concussion concern a few weeks ago against Redan. But if it's hamstring, that's no good.
Back with the action. Cassidy, direct kick towards Lockyer, who's just come back on the ground. He couldn't grab. Morris across the body. Cassidy with the intercept mark. Plays on, didn't break stride. He's had a good couple of minutes, Cassidy. Short kick was good to Mason. Well, he went to play on to Stewart, but he elected to go off his own left boot. It was a long one. Brent Ritchie got a hand on it. Now it's for the Crummers. Carey grabbed it cleanly, fed it to the outside to Faulkner. This kick needs to be good, and it wasn't. Missed the target, meant for Lockett.
I think it's a case of Sebastian now playing North Ballarat's game. They've gone into the shell, and North Ballarat's running over the top.
Henderson again has continued to accumulate. Again on the back of one of those short lateral or 45 kicks. He goes towards Forbes through his hands. Shark there by Mason, who goes long with the left boot. Getting back and reading it best.
Another poor entry from Sebastian.
Shea short kick, found Morris, who'll come broadcast side to Carey. He's got some toe. Kick was good. Oh, nearly a mark to us just above the grass line, but he couldn't hang on. Can he get it to the outside? Well, he can to McGuigan. Standing start hand pass to the advantage of Palmer on his left boot. Went towards Glover. Foot race on out the back, but the boundary line will beat he and Phillips.
Sam Arts has had the most almost day of all time, I think. Everything just hasn't gone his way, but he's been there.
Yeah, he continues to bore in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a industrious small forward for a number of years now at North Ballarat. Ground ball, McGuigan took on the tackle of Dummett, forced to release the ball. Palmer conceded by hand to Lamb. Standing start, ball bending back, bending but not far enough.
Wouldn't that have been a captain's goal?
Indeed. 58, North Ballarat leads Sebastopol 52.
3-0 in this third quarter so far. What can Sebast conjure towards three-quarter time?
Time on. Lockyer to Henderson. Said that a few times today. Short kick, okay, to Phillips. Who'll look to go to Henderson again. He's just running around on his own, Henderson. Like an only child. Ground ball. Hurried kick forward. Oh, look out. They've got out the back here, the Borough. Shot on goal. Bouncing ball over the back. Snap is just off to the right from McDonald. He shaved the outside of the post, the youngster.
Right in front of the Sebast faithful down there. Right of screen.
53 Sebastopol. North Ballarat 58. Back into the hands of Morris. Right foot kick. Tumbling one at that in the middle of the ground. Off three Boroughs. Ricocheted off the body of Lockyer. Fitted by hand to Hart. Back into attack went the Borough. Good spoil. Ground ball opportunity. Look out. Shot on goal from O'Shea. It's just missed to the left for another minor score. So a couple of opportunities gone begging at one end for North Ballarat.
I didn't understand the kick in.
Now Sebastopol reciprocating at the other.
I don't know why there was a need to go a 70-metre barrel to the middle of the ground.
Well, he didn't even time it. So,
nah.
But, yeah, he's got one or two of those in. Look at that. Now, he's overcooked that short pass. Meant for Penny, and Banbury just swallowed it in the end.
Been quiet today, Banbury. Chance to put his name on the scoreboard here, which is, as we mentioned pre-game, the likes of Hutt, Henderson and Banbury have to get to work on the scoreboard if Sebastian any chance to win this game.
I think he's had even numbers, Banbury. Just hasn't been brilliant. I think he's been serviceable.
Hasn't been his usual self. He's averaged 30 touches and a goal for the season.
So here's a chance to notch that goal at least from 49 metres. Oh, the Borough cheer squad love it. We'll trust that reaction. And the two fingers go up from the goal umpire. And Sebastopol regain the lead here at Alfredton Oval. They lead by 2 points. Oh, please. 9-6-60 Sebastopol. North Ballarat 8-10, 58, 22 and a half minutes gone, third term.
Real awful goal to concede there from Clint Proctor's men. It was a terrible exit kick from 50. Found Banbury. He was looking for Penny, found Banbury. Banbury goes and puts that away. Sebast back in front.
What a game of footy. Even the sun hasn't left us. It's normally gone by quarter time here at Alfredton Oval. Ball up. Tap one there by Little Hales, who's gone back into the ruck. Loose ball opportunity gathered by Mason. Got it to Anderson. Here go the Borough again. Loose ball out the back. Foot race on. Can they get a boot to it? Oh, it gets knocked through there to the by Faulkner. And it's a behind. So 3-point lead to Sebastopol.
Quick momentum shift here, Todd.
Yes, indeed. That's why we were talking about North Ballarat having to get bang for buck for time spent in their front half, because now it's Sebastopol's turn. So Lockett will lope away to the outer side of the ground. He kept it low. Kick meant for Carey, and it knocked away from him. Gathered there by Keel. Rode the tackle, dropped it in the air, lucky to get away with it. Collins just tapped it towards the boundary, and it'll find its way over in the end. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Half forward outer side of the ground. North Ballarat 58. Sebastopol 61. We'll get a throw in here. High flyers. Collins to Carey. Tackle from Lockyer was enough to deny Carey. We'll get a ball up. 24 and a half minutes gone, third term. Sebastopol by 3 points. After North Ballarat enjoyed some rare time with the lead, the Borough have been able to arrest it back. Lockett again. Well, Lewis kept his feet and he ran away from Stewart. And with the right boot, he went inside 50 to Leveson. Outstretched hands, clean. One grab, one take. One step to come.
We mentioned that before. He's been cleaning his hands all day. Let's see if the one-step approach can kick it from, slightly just above 50.
Let's see how it goes, but...
You expect XD1 punter would have a thumping boot.
Well, normally I'd say this kick will bring rain, but not on a blue sky, sun-kissed day like today. Loveson makes no mistake from range. The long punter, the former US punter, has got it done and restores the lead for North Ballarat ahead of three-quarter time. 9-10-64.
We'll be seeing that in the game vlogs he does throughout the week.
To Sebastopol, 9-7-61, a three-point lead to the Roosters. And Loveson's kicked 2 in a row.
Kind of a bit just out of the blue there, wasn't it? Sebas looking like they dominated the last 5 minutes. North Ballarat get a quick break, find Loveson. Loveson goes bang. Kicked his second for the quarter.
Seesawing third term here at Alfredton Oval. North Ballarat have been able to eat into that 16-point deficit at half-time with a bit of toing and froing. They now lead by 3. Back at the restart. Brinkarici with the early fly. Won the tap. Ground ball. Gathered by Cassidy. Got it to Henderson. Got a territory gain towards half forward. Forbes trying to anticipate the bounce. Got a terrible one at that. Somehow it found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in. 50-plus metres away from the Sebastopol goal. Oh, we get a rebound free kick, so no one touched that Henderson kick. And Faulkner will take the rebound. From the defensive 50. Plenty on the kick to outer centre wing. Over the head of ball, there's Arts. He's going to cop one high, is he? Or is it holding the ball? The former. So Arts right in front of the Sebastopol coach's box. We'll have an opportunity to at least get an important territory gain here for North Ballarat from outer centre wing to half forward. Glover the target. Good pressure at the back from Lockyer. Ground ball opportunity. Gathered cleanly there by Anderson. Forced to release the ball. And they got it to Anderson. Well, that was an awkward kick, but an effective one at that. Hommelhoff got on the end of it. Oh, he made it difficult for Anderson, who's gone down. Now he's in trouble. Gee, he did well. Now he got it to Hommelhoff, who's turned it over again. Not his finest moment.
It wasn't a bad handball to Anderson. Anderson was already on the ground by the time he got it, though.
Bromley Lynch just tips the ball towards outer centre wing. Arts the target off the hands of Shea. It was a clever tap in the end. I think he meant that. To Forbes. Inside 50, Curran the stretch. Brought it to ground. Not out of trouble yet, the Roosters. They'll need a clean ball gather here. Because look out. Here's Forbes. Managed to release the ball by hand. It was good defensive pressure from North Ballarat. They'll almost square away a stoppage here. But the spill from McDonald got it to the outside. Henderson caught on his non-preferred. Went back with the left hand. He'll try and get it back from Cassidy here. But Cassidy alone it himself. Won't quite get the journey. And the mark's been taken in the goal square by Faulkner. Just mistimed the kick. Clearly, Cassidy, because he was well within range.
Kicked
Faulkner.
From a similar spot in the first quarter.
Through the hands of McGuigan. Ground ball, Dummett. Well, it stolen away from him by his teammate there in Anderson, who just loped away with the left hand to Stewart. Back to Anderson. And they're away here, North Ballarat. Lewis got it to Lamb. He went forward to Loverson. Got it again.
What a third quarter this man is having.
Chance to square there. Goal point ledger that was getting out of hand early on in this game.
Now, he's kicked one from a harder spot about 2 minutes ago. How does he go here? Better angle, closer to goal.
So for goal number 3, and a 9-point lead.
Oh.
He's off to the left, a fourth behind for Loverson. He has 2-4 today. North Ballarat lead by 4 points. The Borough breathe a sigh of relief. It's a beautiful kick in out of defence. Dummett continues the pattern of play along broadcast centre wing to McDonald, who's got the overlap but missed the target. Anywhere but the right-hand side of Hommelhoff was required. I'll try and hang on to the ball, but a keeping's off here from North Ballarat. Lockett to Carey. He's got Lamb with the bailout. He just hit him up. 29.5 minutes gone. Third turn. North Ballarat lead by 4 points. Lockett back to Lamb.
Break here.
So, in the shadows, as opposed to the complete darkness that we're used to at this time of a third term at Alfredton Oval. Kick goes to broadcast centre wing. Lockyer at the back. Brickerici in front. Dummett took the spilt ball, searching for Henderson. Kept his feet. Carey did the foraging. Fed it by hand to Brinkerici. High up and under kick. Siren sounds for three-quarter time. Gee, we've got the pick of the finals here today, Tristan. North Ballarat 9-11-65 lead. Sebastopol 9-7-61. A 16-point lead to Sebastopol at halftime has been reeled in and usurped by the minor premiers, who now lead by 4 points. Tristan, you got the goal scorers.
Yeah, Glover kicked his third at the start, then Loverson with 2 and Quick with his second of the day. For Sebast, their lone goal kicker of the third quarter was Jack Banbury off that turnover from Dom Penny.
Well, no one's left Alfredton Oval. Even the sun has decided to hang around. So stick with us for the next 45 minutes throughout this break at three-quarter time. Fill up your beverage. This qualifying final looks like it's going down to the wire. A seesawing affair, a most entertaining clash, as the anticipation has certainly lived up to the billing. North Ballarat 9-11-65 lead Sebastopol 9-7-61. A 4-point lead. Love to be a fly on the wall if there was indeed a wall out there at the three-quarter time huddle. Tristan, you got an update score from Marty Bush before a break.
Yeah, Marty Bush, Ballarat by 40 points at the start of the first quarter. 12-7 Ballarat lead Melton, 5 goals, 9. The goal kickers for Ballarat. Austin McKenzie has 1. Biggie Newen, our Lockett medalist for 2026, has 4. Paddy Simpson 1. Emerton Hooper 1. Zach Rinaldi 1. Fraser Perkins 2. Brad Crouch has 1. For Melton, Jordan Kite has 1. Harrison Hanley has 1. Braden Kite, the captain, has 2. And Jacob Hickey has 1.
Guys, a break. Back with the final quarter action. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre. We've got one hell of a conclusion to this qualifying final live from Alfredton Oval. Welcome back to Alfredton Oval. The crowds have dispersed from very busy huddles in both camps. Tristan.
Oh, I would love to know what Tony Lockyer had to say to try and motivate his men in this fourth quarter.
So I went on a little journalism.
Oh, here we go.
Joel Edwards, Corky.
Corky. Must be a bad one.
Done for the day, you'd assume. Unsighted in that third term. Play underway. 30 minutes. We'll have either Sebastopol or North Ballarat into a second semi-final. Against Ballarat, we anticipate who are comfortably getting it done.
Yeah, they should hold on against Melton.
The loser of today to face the winner of Darley and Sunbury, who meet tomorrow at Darley Park. So Brinker Ritchie with the first clearance or territory gain to Palmer onto the left boot. Went wide towards McGuigan. 2-on-1 to beat. Glover went to ground. So too to Lockyer. Glover got the ball sort of caught behind his body. He was unable to impact. We'll get a stoppage.
One thing I am interested in this fourth quarter is North Ballarat seemed to have 3 spare behind the footy when Sebas went forward. I'm looking at Sebas trying to even up those numbers and create more of a contest at ground level.
North Ballarat by 4 points. Tap one by Loberson, who we saw the best and worst of in that third term.
Yeah, I think someone needs to go and have a chat to him about his set shot routine. I think if he was more effective, he would be one of the best key forwards in the competition with hands like that.
Boundary throwing to take place. Just the 4 behind separate the 2 sides. Throwing. Lockett. Weighted. Stewart. Dispossessed. Palmer. Standing start. Ball kept in and then just thumped over the line there by Phillips. That'll be deliberate. And a first shot on goal coming from Jamie Quick. So North Ballarat booted the first goal of the first quarter through Jamie Quick. And the first goal of the third term. Can they make it 3 out of 4 quarters, kicking the first goal? It's in good hands. Kick across the body from Jamie Quick. Goes right across the face. Selfish. And he's gone from X Factor to Y Factor in a second.
Tell you what, I've really appreciated the second half of Jai Lockett. Normally, he's kicked multiple goals in his last 10 games, but he's taken a different approach today. Sat a little bit behind the footy because it's been so damaging when contested ball in hand.
Yeah, had a very important third term. So Lockyer runs his measure and some. Nearly ran into the umpire. Almost the goal umpire at the other end. That's how far he went. Getting on the end of it. There was Forbes with a high up and under kick in the McDonald direction.
Oh.
Morris at the back. Mark of the day. What a grab.
They've got numbers out broadcast side if they want it.
Well, he goes direct. Overcooked the kick. Quick's attack on the footy was sound, and then he just took his eyes off it momentarily. Opened the door for Banbury. Got it to Henderson to the outside with the left boot. Kick was good. Found McDonald. Looks to square the ball wide. Early leap there from Fletcher was ambitious. Quinlan up against the boundary line. Good pressure from Fletcher. And the ball spills over the line for a boundary throw in. Now it's the Borough's turn with their time in their front half, just 30 metres away from their goal. They trail by 5 points. Tick over 3 minutes gone, final term. Throw in. Curran was held up, stolen by Henderson, nearly caught one high umpire, let it go. Chance here for Fletcher. Quick hands, Forbes, dangerous around goal. Right hands, right moment, right result.
It's Forber time.
North Sebastopol regain the lead in a seesawing affair here at Alfredton Oval.
Big names getting to work there too. Banbury, Henderson all involved. And then Forber goes bang for the second time of the day.
10-7-67 Sebastopol, North Ballarat 9-12-66. I think Jamie Quick's intent on the footy was right in the first occasion, but his second one, I think if he had his time over again.
Yeah, you'd want it.
He just took his eye off the footy, and Banbury eyes for the ball, stole it, generated that forward 50 entry. And it's equated to a goal in the end in a game of small margins. It's North Ballarat. Speaking of small margins, they lead by a point. Ball up. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. Cassidy took the tackle on him. Stone. He was negated momentarily. Banbury scrummed the ball forward. For the ball spilled forward Chance here for Fletcher. Can they get 2 in a minute, the Borough?
Oh.
Off to the right, minor score.
How good has Cassidy been today, Todd? He has been so influential for that Sebas lineup.
Well, when North Ballarat hit the lead in that third term, he certainly said, well, are you going to go my way? Because he really did stand up there and start the fight back for Sebastopol, who were seemingly in the box seat at half-time.
Yeah, just quickly, Jared Curran going off with a blood rule, I believe, Todd.
Yeah, they might be just getting that mixed up with one of those tattoos he's got. He's got a decent bit of paint on him. So it'll be Morris to bring the ball back into play. I expect this one to go long. Towards halfback. Hutt with the sit. That was all too easy in the end. He had his name written all over that some time out. So he'll waste no time and send the ball back into attack. Keel at the back. Couldn't impact the contest. Carey with a clearing kick. Was hopeful rather than anything else. Anderson eyes for the footing. Was a nice grab back with the flight of the ball. Not to mention the pressure of final. 51 metres out from goal. Gets into the top of the goal square. Ground ball opportunity. Host of players around the footing. Can they get a little sneak on it? No, they can't. The Borough. Fletcher dispossessed. Through for another behind. 3-point lead now to Sebastopol. 6 minutes gone in this mouth-watering, nail-biting, qualifying final.
McGuigan's on the middle.
He goes long in the penny direction, and it knocked away from him. Hommelhoff did well to find Wilkinson. He went back to the voice of Lockyer. He found Henderson. He's been dangerous all day. Tumbling kick forward.
Oh, Felix.
Capped a terrific afternoon for the left footer. He's just continued to present.
We said it pre-game, the likes of Hutt, Felix and Banbury had to get involved in the score sheet today, and that's now Banbury and Felix with goals at massive times in this contest. Sebas by 9.
Just the work rate of Henderson to get from contest to contest and present and just copy, paste, repeat.
Would love his metres gain stats and his Telstra tracker to see how far he's run today.
Sebastopol lead by 9 points. 7 minutes gone, final term. Collins into the ruck against Little Hales. Banbury overran the footy, but his lagging leg got a little touch on it. Got it to half forward. Loose ball opportunity. Mason clever to Little Hales. Kick smothered. Umpires picked out a free kick here. It's going to go back to Bromley Leach, who chips the ball wide to outer centre wing. Found McInerney, who looks to run his measure, and he asks the traffic to come towards him. Ground ball opportunity. Who's got the numbers? Chance for Lovis and the big fella. Dispossessed. Chance for Quick. Tackle there by Lockyer. Managed to release away from the tackle. And the left foot shot on goal has got North Ballarat back within 3 points. Jamie Quick, if you don't mind. And there's a bit of hoo-ha going on inside the North Ballarat forward 50. As emotions begin to flow over here at Alfredton Oval.
Jamie Quick with his third of the day. Really living up.
I'd love to say it was a bit of sunstroke creeping into this game, but it's just the enormity of the occasion of a qualifying final.
You can sense it, can't you? And so I think so can the fans.
Well, I can't tip a winner from here.
Whose camp would you rather be?
Leave me out. Back at the restart. Umpires picked out a free kick, an all-important hold on Stone against Cassidy. Was visually disappointed with that decision. And now Stone's kick goes to outer centre wing to McInerney, who lowered the eyes with a tumbling kick forward to Carey. McInerney kept running, but he looked to square the ball to Stone, but not before he asked the umpire for a favour. Threw the hooker over the boat, but didn't get a bite. Shallow entry inside 50. Medwell has taken to the ground. Good ball security from the Borough utility. We'll get a ball up 49 metres away from the North Ballarat goal.
North Ballarat have been really good all day, working really hard forward of centre, but just when they turn it over, Sebas looks so dangerous.
Quick clearance out of the congestion to the man of the moment in Henderson. Vernicum, he just looks like someone who'd gone to Woodstock in the 70s. Henderson, kick towards half forward. Ground ball opportunity. Well, Hommelhoff couldn't gather what he normally would. He'd be disappointed with that. It was a hot one, but ground ball's his go. He's quite a clean, skillful player. High standards. Get a ball up here right in front of the sun-affected North Ballarat coaches box. As you can see, all arms up, just saluting essentially. The right foot kick from Banbury's been intercepted by Glover, who's gone behind the ball. Nearly gave it back. Fletcher got an important touch on it. Look out, man of the moment, Henderson, don't tell me!
Oh!
Someone sent a memo to the North Ballarat box. Number 6, long sleeves, long hair, lime green boots. You can't miss him.
The sun's out in Ballarat, but Felix has gone the ice-cold celebration there. He's the man of the moment.
9-point lead of the Borough, 12-9-81. They lead North Ballarat 10-12-72. 10.5 minutes gone, final term.
Just when you think North Ballarat get their hands back on the contest, someone from Sebast steps up and says, lads, jump on, let's go. Right then it was Felix.
What next? Ball up. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. Follow-up work good. Morris took a bounce, ran to 50, not beyond him.
Oh.
But the accuracy is on this occasion off to the right. They're 13th behind of the afternoon, North Ballarat.
Given the circumstances of the game, you had him penciled in for that goal, didn't you?
Well, I just would have put the icing on the cake if it hadn't been already in the standard of this game. Would have just taken it to a new level. It's redlining at the moment. It was a classic. It was written up to be during the week. And the boys are delivering. Long kick to outer centre wing. Tap forward there by Henderson, only as far as Bromley Lynch, who gave it back to Stone through traffic. Try to give it back to Bromley Lynch. They worked it out well there. And the short kick from Stone found Lamb on centre wing outer side. So we speak of an ability to hang on to the ball here from outer centre wing to inside 50. So important. McInerney, run and carry in the Loverson direction, and it knocked away from him. Follow-up work good from the big man. Can he? Well, he's taken too long now.
Big man thought he was Jamie Quick.
Well, he was turning like a bus there, really, though, in the end. Kick to outer side. Medwell cleverly kept it in, kept it alive. Mason to Medwell to Dummett. Can go back to Medwell if he likes. Took the territory gain and turned it over. Glover read it best. Can chip it to Palmer. He should take the grass here, Palmer. Easy speed, but he elects to hit up Morris in the middle of the ground. Why wouldn't you? He looks to square the ball to a dangerous area. Burrows defence need to be accountable here because Lamb's going to get on the end of this. His kick was smothered. Arts dangerous around goal. Hurry, kick forward. McGuigan, right place, right time. Rolled the dice, got out the back. And he's taken an uncontested mark at the top of the goal square. And he's got a chance to get North Ballarat within 2 points.
That's Sam Arts' tide turning right there. He got lucky for the first time today. Bang!
And McGuigan thumps it into the Christmas trees. 2-point ball game. Sebastopol 12-9-81 lead North Ballarat 11-13-79. Well, we trust that you're enjoying this wherever you're watching around the country, if not overseas. It's an absolute cracker. And if you can't be here, the best place to be is right in front of the monitor, the stream of this qualifying final. Next to nothing separating these two sides. Only percentage separated them at the end of 18 home and away games, Tristan. And now there's 2 points in favour of the Borough on the scoreboard, and we're 14 minutes into the last quarter.
Number one attack, number one defence. Story writes itself. Who writes the next chapter?
Ballarat look like they're going to progress at the expense of Melton with a win over Marty Bush. Well, at Marty Bush, we'll get a score at our next convenient time. There hasn't been many of them in the last hour here, I tell you. Loose ball opportunity. Morris, good pressure. Cassidy held up also. Yeah, we'll get a copy-paste stoppage.
Going back on that, Todd, Ballarat 14-9-93, Melton 48-6-12. So it looks like it's going to be Ballarat progressing to next week.
Ball up. Medwell. Good use of the body on quick. It was all too easy. He was too strong. Good technique. Sent it forward. Glover. Been super. Sidestep. And goes to the left boot. Bit of a shank, but it might favour Stone. But the bounce will favour Morris. It just set up beautifully for him as he went with the right boot towards Quick, who marked just inside the boundary line. 49 metres out from goal.
Lovely from Glover. Didn't want to stop, just went. Now they're going to have a shot on goal.
There's the sidestep.
Yeah, clever. You can tell he's played VFL before.
2-point lead to Sebastopol. Shot on goal coming from the X-Factor forward in Jamie Quick. This will test him. From 49, he set sail for the judge. North Ballarat in front at Alfredton Oval. On the back of a sublime finish, albeit a set shot from Jamie Quick. Quick's got 4, and North Ballarat got the lead. Gee, the side who goes down today can find themselves every bit unlucky because they've done plenty right.
And they might have to play Ballarat next week. Alex Keith, Brad Crouch, Piggy Newen. But yeah, still plenty of time here. 16 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. Keen to see how it unfolds.
16 minutes gone. 4-point lead. North Ballarat back at the restart. They lead here at Alfredton Oval. Edwards done for the day with a cork. Ball up. Tap one by Brinker-Ritchie. And away they go through Morris. Fed it to the outside to Lamb. Standing start from half forward. Deep into North Ballarat's attack. Bouncing ball. Gathered there by Phillips. Gee, got plenty on that. Went about 65 metres to outer centre wing. Bouncing ball. Clever little tap over the top there from Mason. Was hopeful rather than anything else. Ended up in the hands of Hutt. Little handball give. Hommelhoff tackled. Taken to the ground. Oh, he's pinged for holding the ball.
Going back to that forward 50 entry for North Ballarat, it was pretty poor from Elliot Lamb, but had nothing forward of him.
Brinker-Ritchie to lock it on his non-preferred. And he went short. The kick was okay to Palmer. Up against the boundary line. Centre wing out of side. Right foot kick. Kept it low. Went through the hands of Penny. Hutt at ground level. Fed it by hand. They'll work it out. Cassidy to Lockyer. Mason ran into a brick wall in Curran. And we'll get a ball up. So just a little bit overuse of the handball as the Borough just tried to find a way with an overlap to get through this frugal defence of North Ballarat. 17.5 minutes gone. Lamb up against the boundary line. Henderson, clever, kept it in momentarily. We're going to throw in on half forward outer side for Sebastopol.
This game's gone against most of the last encounters between these two sides. The average margin in the last 10 times these two sides have played has been 36 points. We are being treated to a thriller here, Todd.
Throw in. Collins, Little Hales. The latter won the tap. Follow-up work was good there from Curtin, but just didn't get enough of it. Morris did, though, in the end with the rebound kick into the middle of the ground. That was a little proppy little kick there from McGuigan. It was hopeful rather than anything else as Arts knocked it again forward. Couple of 1%ers working out for the Roosters. Carey across the body after a handball receive. Ball checked on its point, stayed alive for a moment. Whistle sounds. We're going to throw in 50 metres away.
It's a lucky bounce there for Carey, wasn't it? I thought it might
North
have been a
Ballarat
lasso
goal.
there.
Yeah. Just pitched like a javelin in the end. 4-point lead to North Ballarat. 18.5 minutes gone. 50 metres away from the North Ballarat goal. Loverson with strength. Grabbed it out of the ruck and then was dispossessed. That was nearly a throw. Umpire called play on. Cassidy, and it's stolen from him by Stone, who was foraging at ground level, but being pinged.
50!
And a 50-metre penalty.
First one of the day, Todd.
Well, Territory has played a serious role in this game today.
That's the shortest 50-metre penalty I think I've ever seen.
So Dummett got it over the top to Little Hales, who drilled the ball forward. Important touch on it there from Shea. Not out of trouble yet, Tarbin. Forced to apply the tackle. Lockyer went to ground. Morris took them on. Free kick for a hold against Collins on Lockyer. just for hanging on for too long. Now, Lockie has got a chance to put the Borough in front. Near time on final term.
This has shades of Tim Membry last night, Todd.
Oh, just another reminder, mate, to a Collingwood fan who's serving a life sentence.
I think we both are, mate.
Wow, what say of Tony Lockyer? He's a big moments player. And this, in isolation, on the back of an illustrious career, is a big-time moment. Is he up for it? Yes, he is! Lockyer puts the Borough in front at Alfredton Oval.
We often talk about captain's goals, Todd, but that is a coach's goal, some might say.
Yes. Yeah, a much-needed coach's goal from the captain. Playing a dual role, of course, Tony Lockyer. 2-point advantage to the Borough. Gee, neither side will go away. It's like an itch you can't scratch.
As we've entered time on as well, we both have no idea how long is left in this game.
Sebastopol led by 4 points at quarter time, 16 at the half, trailed by 4 at three-quarter time, and now they lead by 2. Lamb out of the middle, right foot kick forward, players fly. Oh, he crashed the ball to ground, did well, Loverson. Arts picked up the ground ball to the dangerous McGuigan, ran into an open goal. All too easy, North Ballarat back in front.
It's his second of the quarter, Todd.
Get to the garage, grab a can.
I don't know
Drink
if he's got
responsibly,
time.
but hurry up before we get the restart here. There's plenty to play out here at Alfredton Oval. 4-point lead to North Ballarat. Just a ridiculous conclusion to this qualifying final.
What
It's
a
like
game of football.
Like a Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed fight.
Thriller in Manila. Ali and Fraser.
I don't think anyone will be screaming for Adrian after the match, though. That's for sure. Ball up. Tap one by Brinker Ritchie. There goes Medwell. Took on quick. Good pressure from the forward. Oh, he dropped the ball. Curtin lucky to get away with it. Medwell did the mopping up. Well, his own in the end. And Stewart,
bounce.
bit of perceived pressure. Had more time than he thought. Dribbling ball. Outpointed on that occasion there was O'Shea by Carey, who ran away with a second bounce. Ran to 60 metres and kicked the ball to a dangerous area. Oh, nearly a grab taken there by McGuigan. Ground ball opportunity. Phillips needs to be clean. And he just knocked it forward. Got an important territory gain. Not out of trouble yet. Slow hand pass there from Loverson. Over to the dangerous Penny, who didn't like it from the moment he left his boot.
Almost a little bit selfish there from Penny, I would have thought. You're better off coming back in board, finding someone top of the square.
North Ballarat leads Sebastopol by 4 points. 22 and a half minutes gone. Final term. Phillips, the Genesis in transition. Can he get it from coast to coast? Or play his role at least. First part covered. They got it to the middle of the ground. Ground ball opportunity. Socket forward by Little Hales. Tack on the footy was good there from Faulkner. Clever little tap there from Mason. Throw, said the umpire. And Faulkner with ball in hand. 23 minutes gone, final term. Still plenty of time. We go to the outer side of the ground. Centre wing. Ground ball opportunity has ended up in a stoppage.
I'm looking for a magnet change here late. Mason's gone forward, so is Toby Hutt. So they're going to go big bodies forward. Hopefully Forber can snap up one late.
Desperate stakes requires desperate measures. Henderson again. High ball. They need a lucky bounce here, the Borough. Forbes got on the end of it. Was in traffic, then out of traffic. And then the umpire said, I'll have it. Pulled out the stop sign. We'll get a ball up. Near 24 minutes gone, final term. North Ballarat by 4 points. Ball up. Gathered out of the middle by Brinker Ritchie. Fed the ball forward. Penny. Rode the tackle. Couldn't get ball to boot. Shea needs to be clean here. He was, but he missed the target. Opened the door for Henderson. Can't be 3 for him, can it? No, he's off to the right. Hearts in your mouth stuff.
I'm looking at North Ballarat to put a couple of spare behind the footy now. Shore up Sebas going forward. Limit their impact.
3-point lead to North Ballarat. 24 and a half minutes gone. Final term. Ball in good hands. Speak of one, S. Glover.
Hasn't he been good today?
Been good at both ends. Beyond the defensive 50. Kick meant for Lockett. It was dropped in the end there by Darwin. Fed to the outside there by Curtin. High up and under kick. Bouncing ball at that. Has found its way over the line. We'll get a boundary throw in. 25 to 30 metres away from the Sebastopol goal. 3-point lead to the Roosters. We've gone over 25 minutes in this qualifying classic on a beautiful day here at Alfredton Oval. Curran was composed through the traffic and kicked it 60 metres beyond the middle of the ground. They need to be good here. The Borough on Little Hales was super. Right foot kick with the outside of the right boot. Got towards half forward. Foot race on here. Should sit up for Carey. It did. Oh, the pressure was good from Forbes. Loose ball. Lockyer went low. And we'll get a ball up.
You can hear the calls of the Sebast crowd. They were calling for a high contact there on Tony Lockyer. Didn't get it though. Can't imagine there's long left.
Typical of a thriller. 1,000 umpires. Ball up. Tap one by Little Hales through traffic. Banbury was clean in the end. Kick across the body. Forward. Danger. Excellent ball there from Glover to the safety of the boundary line. Lumbering after it was Shea. And he's happy to embrace the contact of Cassidy.
Looks like Curran's going to be the one that's sitting in the hole for North Ballarat late in this fourth quarter.
Well, it's up the right end for Borough fans. They need a goal. They trail by 3 points. Shallow throw in. And the umpires picked up on that. Bit of an anticlimax, really.
Reggie Palmer's going to have a big role here late, Todd. Him and Curran, the one sitting behind the footy for North Ballarat.
Throw in. North Ballarat by 3 points. Sebastopol in attack. Rika Ritchie. Tap only went as far as Henderson. Hurry kick out of the congestion. Goes beyond the defensive 50 for the Roosters. Ground ball. Dummett. Quick hands. Got it to Cassidy, who'll look to open it up with a squaring kick. Good attack on the footy. There by Quick, but he got a terrible bounce. Fletcher got on the end of it. Oh, he turned it over in the end. He just didn't get enough purchase on the kick. It was halfway between a pass and a shot on goal and found Glover in the middle. Short kick. Under pressure. Was safe to Lamb. 27 and a bit minutes gone. Final term. 3-point lead to North Ballarat. They got ball in hand. Oh! Smother! Tony Lockyer! Take him out!
His heart has been on his sleeve all day, Todd. Tony Lockyer has been fantastic.
So another opportunity presents for the Borough on the back of that. Lockyer brilliance, throw in. Cassidy couldn't gather clean. Well, a clean bowled everyone. Picked up there by Fletcher. And he's missed everything out of bounds on the full. So a let off for North Ballarat.
Uncontested marks are killers here, Todd. Sebastian will be manning up all around the ground. Nothing free.
Quinlan sends the ball beyond the defensive 50. Fly at the back. There was from Phillips. Couldn't hang on. We'll get a ball up. So a dozen or so players around the footy. Can Sebastopol get it from inside to out and create another shot on goal? Time ticking away. Left foot kick across the body. High up and under there from Penny. Went the required. Oh, presenting in front there was Loverson. Could have coughed the shove. Umpire said no. Fell back into the hands of Quick. On the bounce hand pass found Arts, who went along the line to it one-on-one. McGuigan bent, then went to ground. Loverson was there to provide the support. Then he's tackled, taken to the ground. No prize, said the umpire. We'll get a ball up half forward out of side of the ground for North Ballarat.
McGuigan was super there. All he had to do was bring that ball to ground, not let Sebast get a turnover. Exactly what he did.
3-point lead to North Ballarat. And we'll get a rinse and repeat in the form of a stoppage.
Sebast have even numbers up forward of contest. Wouldn't be surprised if North dropped one more back. Looks like Tony Lockyer is going to go.
29 minutes gone. Final term. Tap one there by Brinker Ritchie. Loose ball. Medwell, well, he had a couple to beat. Numbers prevailed. Penny, dribbling ball. Shadow entry inside 50. Loverson had to bend. He went to ground. Phillips, Curtin, high up and under kick. Lockyer couldn't get a hand on the footy. Henderson just tried to go for the volley. Couldn't get any purchase on the footy. Bromley Lynch was terrific with the hand pass to Brinker Ritchie, who fed it by hand to Lockett. They were cleaner in that moment there were North Ballarat.
Going to push in the back, I believe,
Free
Todd.
kick there's going to go the way of Sebastopol to Mason. He'll just go short. Can they work it out? Right foot kick to
Watch for
broadcast
Glover.
centre wing. Oh, they've all gone up. They've all gone down. Open the door for Banbury. Well, it was more Steve Banbury than Jack Banbury. As the ball goes deep into attack. Can they get a grab? All up. No one down for the Borough. Swing of this 5 foot from Lockyer. Henderson again.
Oh, he's missed.
Oh, he's missed off to the left. 30 and a bit minutes gone, final term. Henderson's missed his last couple of shots on goal. He's just been a star right throughout the afternoon.
Just got word, Todd. There is 2 minutes left in this fantastic game of football.
2 minutes to go. The Borough have got it in their front half.
You would have had Felix penciled in for that, given the 2 he's kicked in this last quarter.
They trailed by 2 points. Lockett with his first kick into the afternoon. Through hands. Over the line, out of bounds. 2 kicks away from the Sebastopol goal.
Who wins it from here, Todd?
You're the comments guy.
All right, well, let's stick with North Ballarat.
Near 31 minutes gone, final turn. The Roosters lead by 2 points. They've won their last 8 games heading into this affair today. But they're not out of it yet, the Borough. Right foot kick. Deep into attack. Well, it's a scriptwriter's dream, really, because Henderson has just had his name all over the votes all afternoon. And he's got a shot on goal here from point blank range as we near the final minute of play.
Milk your clock.
In this unforgettable qualifying final. Henderson puts the Borough in front. Take about 14-11-95 Sebastopol. They're back in front. T1 start of the afternoon. Keeping track of lead changes today. Would be one busy stat in itself.
Oh, yeah, next centre bounce. Next centre bounce is everything, Todd. It all comes down to this.
Sebastopol in front. Who wins now, Tristan?
Oh, I'm going to jump ship. I'm going straight to Tony Lockyer's men and Sebas.
Wow.
But is there time for one more?
32 and a half minutes gone, final term. Sebastopol 14-11-95, lead North Ballarat 13-13-91.
Scorekeepers are telling me there is time for one more.
1 minute. 1 minute left. Centre clearance, all important.
Look for Quick, look for Lockett.
Sebastopol happy with some ball security. Hart grabbed it out of the ruck. Somehow got it to Banbury. Right foot kick. They got the important centre clearance. Foot race on. Just the bouncing of the ball alone through space will take up some important seconds. Set up a forward. Went to ground. And spilled it at a key time.
Right in front of the Borough faithful. They are giving it to Faulkner down there. Felix calling for calm.
4 point lead of the Borough. Well, Felix hasn't been calm all day. He's just been a cat on a hot tin roof. He's just been sensational. Throw in. What a great game. Loose ball opportunity. Morris, he's got a big boot on him, but he elected to go by hand to Carey, who went long. Players fly. Oh! Leo Barry style. From Mason.
Haven't really seen him all day.
They grab beyond his years. And they'll just milk it for what it's worth now. The Borough back along the line, though. Brinker Ritchie couldn't get his hand on. Cassidy got first touch. Dummett, quick hands. They got it to the outside to Henderson. Standing start, Torp. Hang time.
Listen to this. Royal Tom.
Sebastopol have won one of the classics here at Alfredton Oval by 4 points. And an absolute nail-biter. One for the ages. It was written up as being during the week. And it certainly has come of age today. And the Borough, on one of their club favourites, boots Luke Keel. The finish of this kick, irrelevant, but if he can get it done, that would be the icing. If you don't mind, umpire says no score. He's come off the line.
I don't think he cares, Todd.
No, that's right. What a win to the Borough.
Look at the twos boys get around Felix.
And Luke Keel is going to ask, why is my name not going to be in the paper on Wednesday? Because you've just come off your mark there. All honours with, well, both teams, really. I know they've put the score up there as a goal for Sebastopol, but it will, in fact, be a 4-point win to the Borough. 14-11-95. They've won a cliffhanger over North Ballarat, 13-13-91. Well, they talk about seesawing affairs, and, well, that was example 101 of that, Tristan.
Does it get better than that, Todd, for a first final? That's arguably game of the year, but it goes back to the story we were talking about pre-game. Number 1 attack versus number 1 defence. North Ballarat's defence today arguably let them down. Conceding, 101 points to Sebas.
Well, 95,
yeah. 95, 101. You just can't let them do that. But North Ballarat will be spewing. They didn't take their chances today. 13-13-91. They'll be pretty disappointed with that.
Yeah, well, I think they did plenty right to be able to regroup and have all the confidence in their own ability about getting it done next week. And they play the winner of Darley and Sunbury. Gee, what a feast of footy, well, we've had in the last 24 hours, but more pertinently in the BFNL, the last 3 hours. North Ballarat going down to the end by 4 points on the off the boot of one. Felix Henderson, as the goal umpires will come over and essentially request a change of score. And, yeah, they've just clocked up their steps for the day, the goal umpires, because they had a bit of work to do there with the collective 24 behinds with 27 goals.
They've earned their beverage tonight of choice.
And
Goal kickers quick with 2 in that last quarter, taking his total to 4, and McGuigan with 2 in the fourth for North Ballarat. Sebas, though, forwards with his second, Tony Lockyer with a coach's goal of all time, and Felix Henderson with 3, including the last-minute sealer to put North Ballarat away at Alfredton Oval.
Ballarat will play Sebastopol next week in the second semi-final. The winner of that match will go into the grand final.
Oh, what a game that'll be, Todd.
Next week, also, the North Ballarat will play the winner of Darley and Sunbury, as we touched on. Well, just give me one name for Sebastopol, one name for North Ballarat as their best player today. Tristan, before we bid everyone a good afternoon.
For Sebas, it has to be Felix Henderson, doesn't it? 3 goals in the last term and a last-minute sealer for North Ballarat, though.
Tick for me.
Has to be Glover.
And Glover,
has to be Glover.
And a tick for you today too, Tristan. Thanks very much for your contribution throughout the afternoon. It really added to the call. And gee, the game certainly did it justice and made our job that whole much easier, mate. And what a ripper day Ballarat Alfredton Oval has put on for the qualifying final. You won't get one better than that.
Nah, Ballarat Winter, Alfredton Oval. You couldn't have picked a better day for it, really. Keen for next week.
Yeah, thanks to Connor behind the vision. Thanks to you for tuning in at home. We really hope that you wrote it out with us from start to finish. And we hope you can do so again tomorrow when we rejoin you live from Darley Park with vision and commentary live from 2 p.m. Winners today, congratulations Sebastopol, off to a second semi-final for a meeting with Ballarat, who downed and ended the blood season at Marty Bush. So on behalf of Tristan Connor and myself, Todd Whelan, we bid you a good afternoon from Alfredton Oval. Sebastopol, 4-point winners.